and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m. Philadelphia Flyers take on the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM220 and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m. Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m. Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221 and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m. Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222 and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950.
MLB Network Radio is your home for 24/7 baseball talk, featuring on-site coverage of every major event from spring training through the World Series and expert analysis from former general managers and players. SiriusXM Channel 89.
In the summer of 1997, the New York Rangers tried to sign away Joe Sakic from the Colorado Avalanche, and owner of the Avs at that time, Charlie Lyons, had 7 days to figure out how to keep Sakic. Stopping by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio on Channel 91, Lyons was on to talk with Steve Kouleas from the Power Play about his initial reaction to the news of New York offering Sakic $15 million up front in their deal.
I remember the summer of 1997. The Rangers have offer sheeted Joe Sakic. It's a 3-year deal, $21 million, $15 million up front. I remember that part. Joining us now is Charlie Lyons, the Avs CEO. The big honcho at the time joins me on the Power Play. So where were you, Charlie, when you first heard the news? Did you fall off your chair?
Well, I didn't fall off my chair, but I left my heart in San Francisco. The phone rang. It was Mark Kisla, who terrific journalist that was always sort of ahead of stories. And he said, "Hey, what do you think about the offer sheet for Joe Sakic for $21 million with 15 up front? How you doing?" Your mind goes to, he's obviously kidding. He wants something else, but he wasn't kidding. And so, it's a punch. I was getting ready to go on vacation, so that's the right time to slam somebody. And that's what it was. So I was a neighbor, my dear friend Pierre Lacroix, collaborator, lived across the cul-de-sac. So we met at the center of the cul-de-sac, and he just gave me this look like, wow. Who'd have thunk? And then, what are you going to do? What's your plan, big guy? Because that's a lot of money. 30 years ago, that kind of contract was destabilizing, to say the least. And also, Dave Checkins had done his homework, right? That they had been smart enough to, because we were publicly traded, and we were a young company. He looked at the balance sheet and said, look how much money they have in the bank. So we offer $1 more. That's going to knock their company on their ear. They're going to have to take 5 picks. So, given that he had Richter and he had, the greatest player of all time, Wayne Gretzky, and by the way, Joe Sakic's idol, that was going to be a powerful team. And having just lost Messier, he needed to do something. And so he did the right thing. He said, what the heck? There's a chance they aren't going to be able to pull it off. And at least I'm making an effort. And so I felt pretty beat up, candidly.
On the court and off, your home for the NBA is SiriusXM. Follow all the drama as your favorite team vies for it all. SiriusXM NBA Radio, SiriusXM 86.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bruins on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM220 and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m. Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m. Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221 and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m. Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222 and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950. 10:30 p.m. San Jose Sharks take on the Detroit Red Wings. Sharks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 942. Red Wings on Internet 929. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins take on the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bruins on Sirius 208, XM 219 and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers take on the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM 220 and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221 and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222 and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950.
SiriusXM NFL Radio Channel 88 brings you expert analysis from former players, coaches, and executives, plus reaction to all the latest news on the only 24/7 station dedicated to the National Football League.
Mark Messier is a 6-time Stanley Cup champion. He won 5 with the Edmonton Oilers and 1 with the New York Rangers, and is the only player to captain 2 teams to Stanley Cup championships. In Edmonton, after winning back-to-back Stanley Cup championships in 1984 and 85, it wasn't until 1987 where the team would win their 3rd Stanley Cup championship. Speaking on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Messier joined Scott Laughlin for the morning skate on SiriusXM Channel 91 to talk about what it was like to win that 1987 Stanley Cup Finals series against the Philadelphia Flyers, despite blowing a 3-1 series lead and having to win it in a Game 7.
Mark, let's go back to the 1987 Canada, or not Canada Cup. That was still to come.
That was
but
the
1987, that wasn't Game 7, but that was an all-decider as well, as we know. But for Game 7, yeah, that was pretty good stuff. But 87 in the Stanley Cup Final, you're facing Philadelphia. You're up 3-1 in the series. They come back to tie it. Now you've got Game 7. Take us back to your greatest remembrances of, again, almost letting the series slip away and then having that opportunity in Game 7 to come up big, which you guys clearly did.
Well, it just goes to show you that we felt back in 87, we were really at the peak of that team in some ways. Some people think 85 team was the best team ever. 87, I think, was probably the most talented team. I think 85 team had a better overall record. I think it was 16-1 or 16-2 in that playoff year. 87, we got tangled up against Philadelphia, but we felt we're a better team. But sports isn't about who's a better team. It's about it's about the belief system inside the dressing room. And Philadelphia wouldn't quit. Mike Keenan wouldn't allow the young Philadelphia team to quit. They were kind of banged up. They had some injuries, but they were able to extend the series after what we thought probably should have been maybe at least 4 or 5 game series. We lost, I think, the first game, if I remember correctly, and then came back and won 3 in a row, coming home to win the 5th game, only to realize that winning a championship, even after all the experience we had, is not that easy. And then going back to Philadelphia for Game 6, and they trounced us in Philly. Now we find ourselves in a Game 7, and then once you get to a Game 7, anything can happen. You can get a bad break, an unlucky bounce, as we've seen in the past. And so everything's at stake, everything's on the line, and I think luckily for us, we're able to, really kind of rely on our experiences that we had in the past. We felt incredibly confident that if we went out and played our best game, and Philadelphia went out and played their best game, our best was going to be good enough. But even with that, there was so much uncertainty, And sure enough, we were able to win our third cup in 4 years, which was quite an incredible feat.
That was Hockey Hall of Famer and Stanley Cup champion for the Edmonton Oilers, Mark Messier, on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin on Channel 91.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bruins on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers taking the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks take on the Detroit Red Wings. Sharks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 942. Red Wings on Internet 929. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bruins on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers taking the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950.
Hear it all on demand. Your favorite shows, your favorite games. Don't miss a second of your favorite SiriusXM programming on demand with the SiriusXM app. Download it now for free.
New York Rangers legend and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier joined Scott Laughlin on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91, to share what it was like to play in the 1994 finals with the New York Rangers, as well as ending the 54-year drought for the franchise and how that team represented what a hockey team is all about.
Well, look, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you about 1994 as well. You mentioned Mike Keenan. We spoke with him in studio a couple of weeks ago. He still speaks so highly of you and of that run. So take us back to ending the 54-year drought. In Game 7, you get a power play goal. You shovel a puck underneath of Kirk McLean. Stands up as the game winner, as it turns out. So take us back to that hot, steamy night. What was it, June 14th of 1994 at the Garden in New York?
Just, I guess just going to the rink, trying to keep your same routine. Brian Leach and I would always drive together down through Times Square, down Broadway 7th Avenue to take a right-hand turn on 33rd Street. And you could feel things were different, even from the Upper West Side. Just the vibe and the energy of the whole city was just electrified. Getting down towards Madison Square Garden, seeing the crowd already starting to build, the police officers surrounding the Garden. It was a carnival-like atmosphere. Obviously, we knew we were something on the cusp of doing something that hadn't been done in 54 years. The magnitude of it was palpable. I mean, the energy, just everything just seemed to be so electrified. You try to keep yourself in the moment. You try to stay with your routine. Obviously, there's a much more at stake. And then, we found ourselves much like we did in 87, up 3-1 in the series, losing to fifth game, where it was pretty much a foregone conclusion that New York Rangers were finally going to win a Stanley Cup after 54 years. Only to find ourselves the party atmosphere got a little bit delayed and then had to go back to Vancouver, which again we got trounced in Vancouver, just like we did in '87, and now we're coming home for Game 7, and the same thing happened. It just, we felt good about our chances. We felt we were a better team than Vancouver. We felt that we should have wrapped up the series earlier against Vancouver, but that's the greatest thing about sports. You can think all you want, but the reality is they got a heartbeat over there too. They got pride over there too. They're there for a reason because they're a great team. And here we are in Game 7 and happen to go out and execute a great game plan to beat a very hungry, very young, very physical, hard team to play against in Vancouver. And luckily for us, we had a lot of experience. We had a dynamic, incredible that year to create maybe not the most skilled team that's ever won a Stanley Cup, but if you look up the word team, they could put the 1994 Ranger team right there, and that year, that team epitomizes what a team is all about.
The PGA Tour comes to life on SiriusXM. It's your destination for everything on the tour. Hear live hole-by-hole coverage and expert analysis. PGA Tour Radio, SiriusXM 92.
I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bruins on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers taking the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950. 10:30 p.m., San Jose Sharks take on the Detroit Red Wings. Sharks on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 942. Red Wings on Internet 929. For 24/7 coverage of the NHL season and hockey across the world, keep it locked on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio, Channel 91. I'm Frank Trachtenberg with your SiriusXM NHL schedule for Monday, November the 18th. All times are Eastern, and please remember, all games, times, and channels are subject to change. Check SiriusXM.com for the latest updates. In the NHL, 7 p.m., Boston Bruins taking the Columbus Blue Jackets. Bruins on Sirius 208, XM 219, and Internet 921. Blue Jackets on Internet 927. 7 p.m., Philadelphia Flyers taking the Colorado Avalanche. Flyers on Sirius 209, XM 220, and Internet 940. Avalanche on Internet 926. 7:30 p.m., Montreal Canadiens face the Edmonton Oilers. Canadiens on Sirius and XM channels 91, Internet 934. Oilers on Internet 930. 8 p.m., Dallas Stars face the Anaheim Ducks. Stars on Sirius 210, XM 221, and Internet 928. Ducks on Internet 920. 9 p.m., Utah Hockey Club faces the Washington Capitals. Utah on Sirius 211, XM 222, and Internet 947. Capitals on Internet 950.
SiriusXM has soccer covered end to end. SiriusXM FC. Hear live play-by-play and talk shows hosted by legends of the game. It's SiriusXM FC on Channel 157.
Six-time Stanley Cup champion and Hockey Hall of Famer Mark Messier stopped by SiriusXM NHL Network Radio's The Morning Skate with Scott Laughlin to discuss what Game 7 means to him and what it's like to also lose a Game 7.
Well, when you think about the two greatest words in sports, you think about Game 7 for many reasons. Obviously, to get to a Game 7, both teams obviously very evenly matched from the literal sense, the Game 7. You don't have to be a sport fan to understand that something's big at stake and that you will go watch it even if you don't know the teams, you don't know the players, you know the backdrop, because it's the greatest form of reality TV in the world, because there is going to be a winner and a loser. A lot at stake, obviously. But for me personally, it's a lifetime journey to acquire the skill set that's required to be able to perform when the stakes are the highest, under the most scrutinized pressure, when you're expected to perform. And you think about a Game 7 moment or Game 7, that's when you have to perform. It's a winner or go home situation. And what are the skill sets that are required to do that? Obviously, we've practiced our game and honed our skill set for years and years and years, tens of thousands of hours of honing our skills. But emotionally, mentally, what prepares you to play in those moments and perform when you're expected to. That, I think, is what really defines a Game 7 moment for the players that have excelled in Game 7 moments. And what are those life lessons that we can teach our young boys and girls and the skill sets required to do that? The breathing, it's being able to slow your heart down and your blood pressure goes up and your decision-making is rash and concentration varies because of all of it. What allows you to kind of really slow down and use your God-given talent, and then obviously the repetitions through your whole life that you know you can do it. You just got to be able to do it when it matters most. It's like hitting a home run and, like Aaron Boone did, or doing something special at the right moments. And I think the educational part of the docuseries is really fascinating to me there to help our young boys and girls who will be faced with big decisions in their life. And you don't have to be a sport fan to have a Game 7 moment in life. Everybody's faced with decisions that are going to alter the trajectory of their lives in one way or another there. And we're trying to figure out what those skill sets are.
What does it feel like to lose a Game 7?
Fortunately for me, I never experienced what the Oilers did last year, of going all the way to the end in a championship game and losing in a Game 7. Anytime you get to a Game 7, it's a hard journey to get there. Two teams, evenly matched. It's been a war. It's been a tug of war. Everybody's hurt. Everybody's tired. And then to lose that is devastating. I think about my own experience in Game 7, winning 7 of them. The two still hurt to this day. What could I have done different? You always say that you got to lose in order to understand how to win. I do agree with that. I think there are lessons in loss and in failure, both as a team and as an individual. If I had my preference, I would have liked to have learned those lessons while I was winning. But unfortunately, that's just not the way it is. But I look back at it now and just think about how grateful I am for all the lessons in wins and the losses, because it really ends up defining who you are as a person and as a player.
Follow every second of the action on NHL Network Radio. From behind the bench to every play on the ice. If it's hockey, it's on SiriusXM NHL Network Radio. SiriusXM 91.
I'm Frank Tracton.
You're listening to NHL Play-by-Play on SiriusXM.
Panthers take the lead!
The defending Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers are on.
A dream 30 years in the making is a reality! The Florida Panthers have won the Stanley Cup!
This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Sponsored by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. And by SeatGeek, the official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers.
Now, let's get right to the action.
Welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. It's the Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals here this evening. Panthers coming in 12-8-1 off Saturday's loss to the Colorado Avalanche. They're 6-4-1 at home. Washington comes into this one 13-6-1 on the season, 6-2-0 on the road. The Washington Capitals have won their last 4 away from the district, though they are coming off a loss into tonight's contest from Saturday against the New Jersey Devils. Alongside Billy Lindsay, Doug Plagens here with you. We'll check in with Kevin Rogers shortly as well. We drop in the pocket about 7 minutes time from here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise. And before we get any further, let's dive right into hearing from the head coach of the Panthers, Paul Maurice. Our pregame conversation, as always, is presented by Celsius Essential Energy, the official energy drink of the Florida Panthers. And, well, the first thing I asked Paul Maurice is what he's looking for tonight against the Washington Capitals.
I'm looking for 1 or 2 more clean plays off our breakouts on our transition. Not that that's going to end up in a breakaway, but it's going to allow us to generate better speed through the neutral zone and not get hung up as much as we did. There's 2 icings that went into the back of the net. For me, that's a bit of puck support. Some of it's we're not handling the puck very well right now, but fixing a person's hands about as easy as saying giving them some confidence. There are other things that you can do to become a better puck movement team. Puck support, get more options on the way up instead of just 1 or 2. And you need 1 breakout, 1 counter, a period to go from bottom 10 to top 10 in this league because it's so tight. So that's what I'm looking for. It will make the energy that we spend in battles, we just want them in the right area of the ice, and we want to keep them out of our end.
And want to ask you about the power play as well there. Ekblad getting chances there on that top unit. What have you liked about his game? This is a role that he's had, throughout his career at different times.
I liked it last year. We scored 1.5 on that. Like, the ideas are right. I think having a break on it and coming back and watching it for a while has been really good for him. The bottom four now, and then we switched for Hagee and Bennett last game. But the bottom four are new and kind of consistent now, but he's never actually run on the top on that. Right-handed shot means the puck will end up on Barkow's side a little bit more than on the weak side. So I've liked what he's done. He shot the puck twice now. Again, we scored the one and got close to scoring the second one off that same idea. So that's something different for him. We felt he deferred an awful lot last time he was up top. Now he's a little older, grizzled veteran, and he knows just to snap the puck to those two guys.
And now Washington comes in tonight, a team maybe some people have said surprising with the start they've had, but this is a team that was a playoff team last year that seems to have found their footing. It was the second year with Spencer Carberry there behind the bench. What stands out when you look at the way the Washington Capitals are playing? And you touched on it a little bit, but what might it take here this evening?
Well, they play like we do. And their systems have moved to the systems that we run for the most part. They're going to have somebody in front of our net all night long. They launch pucks. I think their back end does a really good job of getting pucks through. What's interesting about them is their strength of their game 5-on-5. So they are tied with Winnipeg for the most goals in the league, but Winnipeg runs the number one power play to generate an awful lot of those goals. These guys are running 23rd. So this is honest, hard-earned pucks to the net battles, net front. And then that part will be noticeable. The numbers are easy to tell, but their back pressure, their compete on pucks, and their D-zone coverage has changed dramatically. You watch them and you watch their systems, and they just mirror us in so many ways, and it's going to be a grinder for sure.
Panthers head coach Paul Maurice right there. Pre-game conversation presented as always by Celsius Essential Energy. Celsius, the official energy drink of the Panthers. Let's get to your scratches very quickly before we hand it off to Kevin Rogers. Scratches as always presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Tonight's medical doctors, Dr. Uribe, Dr. Yagnik, Dr. Ross, presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. For the Panthers tonight, you can scratch Adam Boquist and Jonah Gadjevich. On the other side for Washington, scratch Jake Verana, Alexander Alexiev, and Dylan McElrath. Those are your scratches tonight, presented by Baptist Health. Now here's Kevin Rogers with the players to watch ahead of tonight's matchup.
All right, Doug, first on the Panthers side, Matthew Tkachuk, 8 points in the last 9 games for the Panthers, had 2 assists in Saturday's loss to Colorado, and last season in 2 games against Washington, Tkachuk had 4 points. Meanwhile, on the Washington side, with Alex Ovechkin out, Dylan Strome leads the Capitals in points with 28, and he's on a good pace to have a career high in points. His career high is 67 from last year, so far he has done a good job in that department. Coming up, we will have the puck drop from Amerant Bank Arena, the Panthers and the Capitals. That is straight ahead right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Oh, welcome inside Amerant Bank Arena here in Sunrise. It's the Florida Panthers and the Washington Capitals. First of three matchups between these two teams this season. Alongside Billy Lindsay, Doug Plagens here with you. We'll be checking in with Kevin Rogers throughout the evening as well. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer, and Danny Garcia back in studio control. Let's get to our starting lineups presented by SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats for the Panthers, coached by Paul Maurice and Tom Lundell. Between Mackie Samoskevich and Eetu Luostarinen. On the back end, Uvis Balinskis and Nate Schmidt. The goaltender is Spencer Knight tonight for the Panthers. On the other side, for Spencer Carberry's Washington Capitals to start, Lars Eller between Hendricks Lapierre and Andrew Mangiapane. Martin Feravari and John Carlson defensively in front of the goaltender Logan Thompson. Down to our left, our officials tonight, the referees are Gord Dwyer and Wes McCauley, Kyle Flemington, Tommy Hughes, the linesman. Panthers in red right to left, the Capitals in white left to right. Lundell stands in against Eller, and we are off and running here in Sunrise as Nate Schmidt plays one up the far boards, bounces back his way. Uvis Balinskis inside the Panthers zone up the far side of the ice. That one knocked out of the air by Lapierre. Out to the line. The Capitals working around John Carlson. Long shot blocked by Eetu Luostarinen, and that one may have stung him a little bit. Back out to the near point. Carlson along the near side finds Lapierre. Out to the near point. Long shot wide into the end boards now. It's batted at by Balinskis. He'll get the clear for the Panthers, and that backs Lapierre. And to our left, inside the Washington zone. They're quick to transition. Carlson gave it away. We've gone 37 seconds here in this first period. It's scoreless so far as Rodriguez dumps it in. Matt Roy over on the far side for Washington. He bats it along, unable to advance it, but he's able to get a little bit of help from Taylor Radish. Played back down low by Aaron Ekblad for the Panthers. Now here on the near side, Connor McMichael, who's had a hot start to the season for the Capitals, gets things moving, and the Capitals bring it out. It's Radish off to the left side, carried up the boards by Pierre-Luc Dubois, dumped over by Aaron Ekblad. They battle for a loose puck far side. Panthers pounce on it. Alexander Barkov and Gus Forsling back and forth, played up to the Washington line. They'll regather. We've gone over a minute scoreless here in this one.
Capitals, one of the surprise teams in the NHL, and they have blistered teams at 5-on-5. 61-37, they outscored their opponents, plus 24 in that category. And they get off to early starts, 32 goals in the first period, only 16 given up. They come out guns a-blazing.
Puck bounces off Sam Bennett, skates down to the far corner on the offensive end. Verhaeghe to the line, Dmitry Kulikov, a shot, and that one took a funny bounce, went off the side of the Washington net. Scooped up here on the near side, Alexi Protas maneuvers it along. Capitals get it out, Tom Wilson at center, couldn't hang on to it. On it for the Panthers, Matthew Tkachuk drops it back for Dmitry Kulikov, across to Nico Mikkola. Mikkola will play it out through center on a bounce. Verhaeghe almost was able to scoot into the offensive end. Taken back by Trevor Van Riemsdyk for Washington, and he'll dump it in. Two teams looking to get back on the winning side of things here this evening, coming off Saturday losses.
For the Panthers, the way they played in that third period against Colorado, that has to be the staple for 60 minutes. It had energy, had passion, had urgency. First two periods, a little flat. Can't be the same tonight. This Panther team has to piece together a full hockey game.
Here on the near side, the Capitals trying to bring it along. Feravari tries behind the net this time, launches it down to our right. Going to be a stoppage and icing call. 17:36 left in the first. No score. And in mentioning a little bit about Washington, Billy, pregame scouting report presented by Gulfstream Park Racing. Experience and thrills at Gulfstream Park with year-round thoroughbred racing. Go to GulfstreamPark.com. You mentioned their 5-on-5 prowess so far this season, but they're also dealing with life without Alex Ovechkin right now.
And they've lost 2 games in a row for the first time all season. So it has been a little bit of difference. Alex Ovechkin, the 15 goals in 18 games, he was just scorching hot. And the line that it affects most had so much chemistry for him. Dylan Strome and Protas. And without Ovechkin, Protas and Strome have been held off the score sheet in back-to-back games. And that's the first time it's happened to Strome all season long.
You mentioned both teams looking for a response here in this one. Puck played out along the far boards by Nate Schmidt, the one-time Washington Capital, down to our left, John Carlson. has it for Washington, and they'll bring it out to center. It's batted away from Ivan Miroshnichenko by Uvis Balinskis. Puck played up the far side. Washington will work it in over the Panthers line. John Carlson, a backhand rink wide, handed out of the zone quickly by Nico Mikla. Connor McMichael takes over at center, drops it back. It's Rasmus Sandin. He hands it across the ice, and Matt Roy will dump it down to our right off a lively inboard bounce. Spencer Knight will play it up the near boards, finds Mackie Samoskevich, backhand out to center behind Luostarinen, but it did clear the zone. Washington will reload back at its own line. Puck dumped down to our right by Roy, and that one's going to be an icing call against the Capitals. 16:39 to go, first period, no score. The goaltending matchup tonight, Spencer Knight gets the call for the Panthers. Game number 8 for him. He's 3-3-0, 2.72 goals against, 897 save percentage. Logan Thompson gets the call for Washington, 8-1-1 in 10 games, 2.58 goals against, 914 save percentage for the one-time All-Star back when he was with Vegas.
And he's playing his best hockey. He did lose his first game in the Capitals uniform a couple of games ago, but you look at his last 6 games, 2.16 goals against, average 935 save percentage, and they only have $1.8 million tied up in net between Logan Thompson and Lindgren. It has been thrifty, and they've got the job done.
A pass from Ekblad picked off, and the Capitals work it out to center. The Panthers looking to advance it as McMichael couldn't hang on to it. Kachuk to Forsling, and it's driven along the near side. Around it goes, and Dubois will backhand it around the end wall. Sandin near side tries to track it down for the Capitals. Can't do it. Verhaeghe pounds it behind the net. Off the stick of Kachuk to the far corner. Washington with control. It's Hendrix Lapierre. Dangles out of his own end, left to right across your radio. He'll hand a pass out to center and gets it right back. Lapierre in the near circle. A shot on the right pad save made. Spencer Knight. He was going back and forth with Sandin cutting into the zone, and now the Panthers breaking out. Gus Forsling to center ice, and he'll rip it in. Around on a carom, Anton Lundell couldn't cleanly hang on to that one. It's played out to center then as Washington clears and head to Luostarinen, hands it back down to our left. Back behind the net for the Capitals, Trevor Van Riemsdyk with pressure from Lundell. Over on the far side, it's Sandin. Puck played out through the neutral zone. Protas took a whack at it, drove it over the Panthers line. Uvis Balinskis, a quick transition feed out towards center. It was broken up for a split second. The Panthers backed into their own zone. Tom Wilson the takeaway. Far side, Balinskis recovering, chopped it away. And then the Panthers will get a chance to clear as Nate Schmidt flings it out to center ice, and Van Riemsdyk will hold it down to our left inside the Washington line. Protas a pass to center, gave it away to Balinskis, handed on for Anton Lundell, and this one dumped down to our left as we've gone nearly 5 minutes here in the first period. No score early on, Panthers and the Capitals. Just one shot on net so far in this one. It came for Washington.
Panthers have to do a better job of preventing those easy breakouts. So they had 3 forwards flat-footed. Lapierre just takes it up the ice, and it turns into a 3-on-2 coming back the other way. He pulls up for the shot against Spencer Knight. Paul Maurice talked about it, preventing that speed through the neutral zone and trying to shut it down. And the Panthers have been so good at that, and that was just too easy for the Capitals.
Now Washington looks to start the breakout. Tom Wilson takes a feed near side, rips it cross ice. The pass didn't connect over on the far side with Brandon Duhaime, the South Florida native. And in the neutral zone, Dmitry Kulikov will pounce on it, sends it down to our left. And Logan Thompson, the goaltender, leaving it behind the net. Then he elects to play it. John Carlson takes over. Out to center ice, it's Miroshnichenko. Onto the left side, Dubois looking for a lane. Gave it away to Evan Rodriguez, who hands to Barkov, and he'll zoom into the neutral zone. Barkov looks right. Here's Reinhart looking for a lane. Bats it off the end boards, picked up near side by Forsling, down behind the net again. This time Reinhart takes over to the line. Forsling, a one-timer, and that one wide. Thompson never saw it. And then Ekblad will hand it back down behind the net. Rodriguez into the near corner. Out to line Forsling, another drive, and that one hit a leg, didn't get through. On the near boards, Barkov to Forsling. Gus Forsling near side of the ice. A backhand on net, and it's gloved by Logan Thompson. He'll hold it. 13:48 left in the first. No score. Panthers and the Capitals. Panthers knocking on the door during that sequence. We'll bring it back for more in just a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
13:40 to go, period number one. No score, Panthers and the Washington Capitals. What does it mean to feel welcome at Baptist Health? It's making sure everyone feels cared for and cared about. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health. Face-off near circle down to our left. Inside the Washington zone, Tomáš Nosek waved up the circle. In comes Jesper Boquist to line up against Nick Dowd. And the Capitals control. Roy to Sandin up the far boards. This one pounded to the neutral zone by Duhaime, and the Capitals will back it inside their own end. Here's Matt Roy up the near boards, and it's flipped along up to the Panthers line. Nate Schmidt plays it back the other direction. Icing call against the Panthers. 13:32 left, period number one. No score. Panthers fans score big on game day with Stoner's Pizza. Buy a large cheese pepperoni pizza, get one free. Order online, StonersPizzaJoint.com. Using code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Panthers. Online only. Price participation may vary. Billy, we have some Stoner's Pizza here in the booth. I taste tested some before the game. The pizza's outstanding, but those half-baked cookies.
Oh, they're money.
We could just leave the rest of the game to Kevin Rogers for the post-game show, and we could spend the next couple hours talking about those cookies.
Yes, we could.
Up the far side, Tomáš Nosek hands it along. I walked into the booth. The cookies were there. I'd stepped out. I came back, and I don't think you even said hello, Billy. You looked at me and you said, where do we get these cookies?
Yeah, they're one-timers. Just demolished them.
Down along the end boards to our right, it's Dmitry Kulikov, backhand far side. Carter Verhaeghe for Sam Bennett. Then the Panthers out of their own zone, up through center. Bennett hands off Mikkola, joins the rush, and he scores! Off the post and in. Mikko Mikkola gives the Panthers a 1-0 lead exactly 7 minutes into the game.
What effort by Mikkola to get up in this play. This was a 2-on-2. Nothing was happening. And Mikkola decided to just get up, knew he could beat his winger up the ice, made a 2-on-2 into a 3-on-2. And Ben is able to drive that middle lane, hang on to it, draw both defenders to him and dish it off to that left side. And what an elegant shot. Up over the shoulder, right underneath the crossbar by Mikkola. And the Panthers get the first goal on the board. Some discussion at the Capitals bench, not sure what it's about.
Looked like a double-dose iron, Billy. That went crossbar, post, and then in the net.
But what about, you could see it develop from way up high here, and there was a match happening, and Bennett there drove the middle of the ice, was able to just slow down and wait enough for Mikkola to get up in that play and turn that play into a 3-on-2, and he was just galloping down that left wing to catch up, and Bennett had the wherewithal to spot him, and Mikko Mikkola on the score sheet in the goal department for the first time all season long.
First goal of the season to go along with 9 assists. He's really added a nice offensive element to his game this year. Nate Schmidt down to our right takes over for the Panthers. Backhanded out the line, whipped back in on Spencer Knight's net by Ferrafari, shaken away. Over on the far side of the ice, Anton Lundell leads it out through center, and John Carlson takes over down to our left for Washington. Ferrafari up the far wing, pass didn't connect, but no icing here. After it is Balinskis, up the near boards, Lewis Arena, tapped it on. Here's Anton Lundell, up to the offensive line, took a hard shot here along the near boards from Ferrafari, who's been throwing the body around a little bit. Here in the game's early stages, Forsling plays it back down to our left behind the Washington net. 12:15 to go first period, 1-0. It's the Panthers in front of the Washington Capitals tonight.
Mikkola has been jumping up in the play so much more this year. It's been a consistent theme from him.
He has shown that side as Radish plays it out front for McMichael, and he tapped it wide. Radish out to the far point, then Sandin Down along the boards, jumped over the stick of Radish, picked up by McMichael out in front. A shot save made by Spencer Knight. That time on Radish, a really nifty setup. And now a stretch pass from Reinhart off the inboards. Ekblad after a shot off the side of the net. And it's picked up by Sandin way down inside the Washington zone. Across to the near side, Roy. Outlets, and the touch pass connects with Sandin. He cuts in, shot glove save made by Knight. 11:33 to go. Period number 1. 1-0 Panthers. And, well, you get the big play from Nico Mikkola, of course, to get the Panthers on the board, but Spencer Knight coming up with the goods as well.
What a dynamite save there, and what a pass by McMichael in the corner in front to Radish. And Knight had to be aware. McMichael was cutting back on the left side, and he was going up towards his own defenseman. All of a sudden, he just turned and pivoted and threw a forehand pass to a wide-open Radish in front, and it was mano-a-mano in tight against the goaltender, Spencer Knight, who came up with the goods. Important save after scoring that first goal, and get an opportunity like that, Knight sets the door.
Off a clean face-off win, Van Riemsdyk, a shot through traffic, but it's wide. Over on the far boards, it's worked out to the line again. Miroshnichenko to Van Riemsdyk, and as he tries to play it back down low, puck goes up and out of play. Everyone remember to feed your fandom with the new Publix sub. The Panthers sub, only at Publix, I should say. They have lots of subs over at Publix, and you really can't go wrong with any of them. Official supermarket of the Panthers. I know we're the game on the main Sirius XM NHL Network radio channel tonight, and folks new to the program probably think we're running a food show here. The way we've gotten going here with Publix subs and Stoner's Pizza and talking about cookies, but the Panthers have a 1-0 lead. Puck played down to our left. A foot race. A.J. Greer trying to get to that loose puck with the goaltender Thompson. Bats it away.
How late was Logan Thompson reacting to that play? He could have got to that puck a lot earlier. It was just about 5 feet out of his crease. A.J. Greer almost beat Logan Thompson to the puck.
Yeah, some indecisiveness from the goaltender down there for Washington. Up the near side, it's batted along by Dowd inside the Panthers end. Spencer Knight out of the trapezoid. He plays it along, and the Panthers get a clear from Verhaeghe up the near side. Faravari, first one back for Washington. Faravari straight on. And it is back by Dowd, then Faravari. Out to center ice. It's dumped in on Spencer Knight's net by Strome. Kicked off to the far corner where Mikkola bats it along. Mikkola for Sam Bennett. Across to Mikkola. He looks to the right wing side. Verhaeghe fumbled it away. And the Capitals charge back in. Tom Wilson takes pass right side. Shot kicked away by Knight. Getting back against Wilson was Kulikov. Was able to disrupt him just enough. Made sure he didn't get a clean shot away. Puck still inside the Panthers zone. But Matthew Tkachuk will bat it up the near side. Now into the neutral zone. Turns into a 2-on-1. Verhaeghe Bennett across. Verhaeghe it just hopped away. And out to the far point. Kulikov spins it to the net, but it's off a body out front. And John Carlson will clear.
Strong play on the wall by Tkachuk there. Able to get it to Bennett in front, and Bennett with that 2-on-1 tried to saucer pass over to Verhaeghe and bounced over his stick. Capitals got caught in a pinch.
Now Reinhart looks across, missed Barkov, and has Rodriguez on a bounce. To the point, a shot from Forsling, and that one wide. Activity down to our left inside the Washington zone. Picked up by Barkov, out to the right circle. Ekblad across Forsling, a drive, and it's kicked away by Thompson. Panthers coming out with some jump in this one. A long drive from Ekblad, and that one wide. 9.5 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers. And some good scoring chances here lately. Reinhart out to the line. Ekblad bounces one down behind the net. Barkov after it. Sandin shoulders him. They battle off to the far boards. Panthers keep control. Worked out to the top of the circle. Barkov to Forsling. Out in front, away from Reinhart then. And into the far corner. He'll catch up to it. Behind the net for Barkov. Barkov rolls it out to
Barkov to a penalty.
Penalty upcoming. Barkov was taken down in the circle. And with that, 9:04 remaining in the first. 1-0 Panthers. Here's the call from ice level. Cross-checking called against the Capitals. Lars Eller. And we will bring it back for more in just a moment. 1-0 Panthers over the Capitals. 9:04 left in the first. And the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price participation may vary. Limited time offer.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
9:04 to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers over the Washington Capitals, and the Panthers heading to the man advantage for the first time. Panthers power plays presented by Seminole Casino, Coconut Creek. And Lars Eller was issued 2 minutes for cross-checking, so the Panthers an opportunity to double their lead, up 1-0 here in the opening frame. And in the far circle, Sam Reinhart's going to take the draw against Dowd, and he wins it. Kachuk now to Bennett. Ekblad takes over at the line. Now off to the right point. Kachuk holds, slides it down to Barkov in front for Reinhart, just knocked away. And now here on the near boards, it's tracked down by Dowd and played all the way down to our right. Sam Reinhart, a 13-game point streak coming into this one. 3-game goal-scoring streak.
Tried to find him in the bumper there for that quick shot, and that's the play the Panthers are looking for.
Dumped down by Reinhart to our left off the end boards. Reinhart tied up, turns into a 2-on-2 scrum down there. The puck pops out into that far circle. Panthers have it. Kachuk backhand feed to the near point, just out of the reach of Sam Bennett. He'll have to back it into the neutral zone. Looks across the ice, and Ekblad zooms up that right side, dumps it in. Around it goes, and here in the near corner, Bennett after it, got by him. Reinhart finds it. He tried to pass that deflected off the Capital. Into the neutral zone it goes, and Ekblad leads it up the near side. Bennett, Panthers back into the offensive zone. Now Kachuk side of the net, out in front of backhand feed. Dowd broke it up, and he'll clear with the backhand all the way down. Spencer Knight way out of his net. He'll wait for his team to make a change as he hands it off to Nate Schmidt. The second power play unit heads onto the ice for the Panthers. 51 seconds on the power play.
Capitals given up 3 power play goals in their last couple of games after only giving up 3 in the previous 12 before that.
Evan Rodriguez out to the far point. Nate Schmidt's there, straight on, looks right. Anton Lundell, a shot deflecting high, stays in play. And Van Riemsdyk will backhand it off the glass far side. Didn't get it out by Lundell out at the far point. And Anton Lundell will slam it down behind the Washington net. Thompson went to leave it for Roy. Little miscommunication there. Roy backpedaled, played it up the near boards, didn't clear. Schmidt across. Rodriguez holds, fires, and it's blockered away by Logan Thompson. Over to the far boards, Rodriguez again. Verhaeghe across to Schmidt. Far circle, Rodriguez out to Verhaeghe, right point. Shot blocked by Van Riemsdyk. And then the puck eventually played all the way down by Matt Roy. 5 seconds left in the power play. Spencer Knight leads it out to center, and Lundell will hand it back for Jesper Boquist. Back to 5-on-5 hockey we go. The Capitals kill off that Lars Eller penalty.
Pretty stout penalty coming by the Capitals. The Panthers got a few shots. There were some block shots in there, and the shots that they did take, there was no traffic or screens in front.
And now maybe a 3-on-2 developing pass far side. A shot save made by Spencer Knight. That time as he kicked away the attempt from McMichael. Here on the near boards, Dubois gave it away to Jesper Boquist. He'll drag it out to center, and the puck dumped in. McMichael, who's had a nice start to the year, had a lane on that left side, let it rip, and Knight made another nice save to keep the Panthers up 1.
He's had a nice start to the game. That spinorama pass, now that chance down the wing. Early on, you can see why McMichael is blossoming this season for the Capitals.
Certainly has been. We'll get to some of the numbers here in just a moment when we have a chance as Luostarinen will dump it down to our left. Around it goes. Back behind the net then. A race forward to the near corner. Mackie Samoskevich, John Carlson. Neither one wound up with the puck. The Capitals getting a clear from Dylan Strome up the right wing side. Here's Radish. Hands it back toward Ferravari. Jumped away, but Carlson has it. Near circle. Pass out front off the stick of Strome. And then Luostarinen will walk it into the neutral zone for the Panthers. His pass to Samoskevich missed the mark down to our left. 5:50 left in the first. 1-0 is the score. Panthers fans, get ready to celebrate the team in style. Every time the Panthers score 3 or more goals in a game, you can score 2. Head over to Pliables the next day. Rocking your Panthers gear. Enjoy a free Panthers Mood Color Bowl. Pliables, your slice of summer anytime. Tried some of the Pliables before the game, too. And
you tried everything.
Yeah. I did try everything, and and I'm feeling really satiated right now. I feel very, very full up here in the booth. The Connor McMichael numbers came into the season 27 goals in 155 games. He's got 13 and 20 coming in tonight.
Pretty impressive numbers for McMichael, and him and Protas have been two of the youngsters that have taken that next step.
Puck play to the near corner. Inside the Panthers zone, down to a right by Jacob Chikrin. And now tussle for the loose puck here on the near side. Mangiapane on it. Pinching in far side is Chikrin. He'll have it along the boards. Pops it along to Lars Eller. Eller backs it up, plays it down behind the Panthers net. Ekblad cut that off. Pressure from Mangiapane, who picked his pocket. And now Mangiapane has it deep in the Panthers end. Now over to the far point. It's LaPierre off the line. Long shot from Chikrin wide. Here on the near side of the ice. It's handled by Van Riemsdyk. Back down to the near point. Sent down and around the end wall. It's going to go all the way around the Panthers zone. Chikrin, a long shot from the left point. Didn't get through. And the Panthers able to get a clear out to center. Back in come the Capitals. Rolled up the near boards and Nate Schmidt. He'll have it. Leaves it off the end boards. Ekblad. Aaron Ekblad takes a look, and he's got Verhaeghe. Zooms out through center ice. Dumps it down to our left. Around the end boards it goes. And here on the near side of the ice, Tom Wilson will tap it off for Strome. Strome across center, looks left, has a man Protas left, circle a shot, he wired one wide. That had some heat on it. And now the puck battles for here at the near circle down to our right, inside the Panthers zone. Played out to Roy from Strome across Sandin. Fanned on a shot, and Reinhart pokes it out to safety in the neutral zone. The Capitals do maintain control, though. Here's Roy up the near side, working in quickly. Is Protas down behind the net, Tom Wilson. Out to the line, a long shot from Sandin off a body, didn't get through. Tom Wilson caught in a bit of a goal-scoring drought as well.
No goals in 11,
Yeah, he's gone a while now as Roy plays it to the net. That takes a deflection into the near corner, and Uvis Polinskas looks to clear. The Capitals a chance to hold it, but a pass from Strome got away from Sandin. They will regroup.
Capitals have come out of their zone pretty efficiently. Saw that McMichael chance last play there. Wilson, a fine play down deep on the boards, and they do have 21 goals off the rush this year, second in the NHL. You wouldn't really think that about this Capital team, but they've been effective.
A couple of Panthers get crossed up, and Dubois' shot, that goes out of play. Barkov and Rodriguez ran into each other, cut across the middle of the ice, and everybody looks to be okay. 3:43 left in the first. 1-0 Panthers over the Capitals. Back with more in just a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
The Black Friday sale at Boot Barn is happening right now. Visit us today and save on top quality pieces. Get $40 off select cowboy boots for men and women, $50 off select exotic boots, get select children's boots for under $50, save on outerwear, and enjoy buy one get one free offers on select jeans and flannels. Visit us today during our Black Friday sale with savings extended through Monday for easy holiday shopping. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
O'Reilly Auto Parts is honored to recognize the service of our military personnel. To show our appreciation, O'Reilly Auto Parts is proud to offer a 10% discount on many items to all active duty, reserve, veterans, and their dependent family members. Exceptions apply. Get details at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Play in the first period, 1-0 Panthers over the Washington Capitals on a goal from Nico Mikkola. Hockey season's here. SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the Panthers. Get all your Panthers tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, that's SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Doug Plagan, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-set engineer. Danny Garcia, tag studio control. Barkov leans in for a face-off against Dubois. Near circle down to our right. And Barkov pulls it back. Forsling up the near side. And then Dubois had it held up for a moment, played out to the line. Carlson across Farivari, a shot, and it's fought off by Knight. Loose side of the goal. Ekblad up the boards, and Reinhart will backhanded cross ice to clear. The puck takes a roll to John Carlson, and he'll send it across as the Capitals look to charge ahead. A pass broken up, though. Forsling intercepted that feed from Farivari. Cuts up the near side, then Rodriguez takes over here along the near boards. Evan Rodriguez to Barkov. Barkov behind the net and off to the near corner. Barkov bumped off the puck, turns into a 2-on-2 scrum. Down here on the near side to our left. Still battling for it. Rodriguez pounds it down behind the net. Farivari regathers for Washington. Then he will leave it for John Carlson. Inside 3 minutes to go in the first. 1-0 Panthers.
The 1-1-3, the Panthers play that left wing walk. They're looking for those cross-ice passes, and Forsling was just sitting there waiting. That long cross-ice pass early turned into a good transition attempt for the Panthers the other way.
Puck dumped in. Lars Eller after it into the Panthers zone. Can't hang on to it. Tkachuk on for Sam Bennett. Bennett out across center. He'll roll it over the Washington line. Van Riemsdyk pats it around. Chychrun sidesteps Bennett here in the near corner. Back around for Van Riemsdyk. Has it on the end wall. Gives to the near side Chychrun. He tried a cross-ice pass that went off a Panther stick. Eventually makes its way over to Eller. Hands it on for LaPierre. And then Chychrun jumping in the rush. Will cut over the Panthers line. Chychrun across in front, makes a feed, and that is Lars Eller to send it home. And the Capitals have tied this game at 1. A nifty feed out front from Chychrun to Lars Eller, and the Lars Eller and Capitals reunion in its early stages, and he comes up with a big goal there.
Again, their ability to get out of their own zone and make clean plays. This time that cross-ice pass, Chychrun gets inside the blue line on the right-hand side, and Lars Eller is able to beat Kulikov up the ice and get in that inside positioning, and looked like he was going to take it to his back and held on to it. And Spencer Knight started to drift to the middle of the net, and Lars Eller goes short side, and another chance off the rush. That's 4-5 already here in this game for the Capitals, and Lars Eller reunited with his old group, scored the Stanley Cup winning goal for the team back in 2018 when they won it all. Played more games than any other Danish player ever. First one to ever play 1,000 games, and comes over back from the Pittsburgh Penguins for a second tour of duty.
And a couple of draft picks is all Washington gave up to get him, and not just a sentimental pickup. He's a guy that they figure can come in and shore up a few things as Luostarinen plays it across right side at Samoskevich. Sends it down for Luostarinen out of his reach, and then off the end board to the near side, a race for it. Dowd has it. Chychrun having a nice year as well for Washington. As the Capitals bring along a takeaway, though, Panthers an opportunity. Samoskevich out front for Lundell, and that pass bounced away. Nick Dowd will leave it for the defense. 1:20 left to the first. 1-1 is the score. Paul Maurice had mentioned it. Here's a takeaway. Reinhart cutting in. He had it poked away. Carlson clears. Paul Maurice said at pregame that Washington plays a lot like the Panthers do, with maybe a couple of variations to their game, but for the most part plays a similar style.
Very similar, but they're quick, they're fast. The biggest difference in this Capitals team that made the playoffs last year is the speed that they've added. They went out and got 6 players in the summer, 7 players.
Yeah,
including the goaltending, all under the age of 30.
Here's a shot from Protus, tipped on net, save made by Knight. A scrum out in front, meanwhile, as Tom Wilson tries to work himself away from Sam Reinhart. He was on top of him there, and the puck eventually played down to our left. No call either way, and Capitals are working out from their own zone with a half minute to play in this period. Left circle, a shot from Strome, misses wide off the deflection. Here on the near side, Wilson a swing and a miss, and Matthew Tkachuk will take over along the near boards. Chuck into the neutral zone. He'll work it in over the Washington line. A shot on net, paddled away by Thompson. Far boards Verhaeghe. And Carter Verhaeghe out along the far side. He'll roll it down to the far corner. Poked away from Tkachuk. Back behind the net. It's given away. Bennett. Tkachuk behind the goal. Kulikov, high slot. Shot blocked. Loose in front. And the horn sounds. And 20 minutes down, 1-1 is the score here at Amerant Bank Arena. The Panthers struck first, but Washington was able to answer, and it's all square heading into the room through 1.
Huge block at the end there by Pierre-Luc Dubois there. Kulikov had a slot, looked like a good opportunity. Dubois was able to shut that down. The Panthers get that early goal, the one that they were looking for and hoping for, and they got it on the board early, and Washington would counterattack and come back the other way. Mikkola was the goal scorer for the Panthers and held up. Only 4 shots on net in that opening period for the Panthers. Lars Eller were tied up at 1 late in that opening frame. And last game, the speed was a bit of a problem against Colorado. Same thing in this game against Washington.
Now let's head downstairs outside the Panthers dressing room. We've got Panthers center Sam Bennett with us downstairs outside the room. And, well, Sam, first things first, that first period, what'd you take from the opening 20? I know your coach, Paul Maurice, said Washington's a team that is going to try and play it similar to how you guys play it.
Yeah, I thought they did. It's pretty good first period. They're skating hard. A lot of dump pucks, a lot of physicality. So expect more of that in the second and third.
And Sam, for yourself personally, after this tremendous start, get going, had a pretty assist again in that first period. Almost had another one to Verhage. What's that added to this confidence to start the year for yourself?
Yeah, it's been great. Offensively feeling really good. My line mates are making some great plays, and we're finding some success offensively. I think we need to be a little bit more responsible defensively, but we can work on that.
Well, I know every goal's big, Sam, but what's it do for you guys when you see Nico jump up the ice there and score a nice-looking one like he did off the bar and in?
Yeah, that was a beauty. I honestly, he was in such a short angle. I didn't know he could get it up like that. It was pretty impressive. So, it's a great shot by him.
And Sam, after that last year and winning the Stanley Cup and a bit of a funk, but early on in the season, just how much confidence does this group have together that when this kind of stuff happens, you're able to shake it off pretty quickly?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've gone through tough spurts in the last few years, and we always come out better from it. So tons of confidence in this group, and we definitely believe in each other. So no worries at all.
Well, Sam, we thank you very much for stopping by here after the opening 20. Great job on that assist in the first, and best of luck here the rest of the way.
Thanks. Keep her going.
Thank you.
That is Sam Bennett of the Panthers downstairs outside the room, and such a big part of the DNA and what this Panthers team does every single night, and we thank him certainly very much for his time downstairs. Billy, let's quickly get to this day in Panthers history, presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers.
Where are we going?
Panthers Virtual Vault, FLAPanthersVault.com, presented by Baptist Health. Browse all moments in Panthers history. We turn the clock back to this day in 2007, Billy. It was a Panthers-Capitals game, and it was a close one.
In D.C.
But it was in D.C. A 2-1 score. The Panthers won that game, and Richard Zednik scored for the Panthers on the power play in the first. Chris Clark scored for Washington in the second, and it was ultimately decided in a shootout that particular night. But at what used to be the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C., a Panthers win back in the old Southeast Division.
The Southeast, yeah, Richard Zednik, and had that scary incident in Buffalo, and he was a good player. I got to play with him in Montreal there for a brief time. And who were the goalies in that game?
The goalies in that game, usually it was Thomas Vokoun got the win for the Panthers, outdueled your old junior teammate Ole Kolzig at the other end.
Yep. Ole Kolzig, Ole the goalie. It was, Tri-City, the only goalie goal that I witnessed in my life, while playing or doing anything, was with Olaf Kolzig and Junior. He wired one, got it, and he could shoot the puck, and he was
ahead of his time in a lot of ways.
Yes, he was ahead of his time, big goaltender, and he was a first-round pick of the Washington Capitals, and that was a good goaltending duel between those two, Olaf Kolzig and Thomas Vokoun.
And that night, Thomas Vokoun got the win. This day in Panthers history, back in 2007, a 2-1 Panthers shootout win over the Washington Capitals. And a young Alex Ovechkin, Billy should note, didn't get a point but had 11 shots on goal in that game for the Washington Capitals back in 2007.
That's it?
Yeah, only 11. Only 11 shots on net. This day in Panthers history, presented by Baptist Health, the official sports medicine provider of the Florida Panthers. Check out the Panthers Virtual Vault, FLAPanthersVault.com. Presented by Baptist Health. Browse all moments in Panthers history. Very quickly, the SeatGeek road ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Up next for the Panthers, a matchup against the Toronto Toronto Maple Leafs coming up on Wednesday at 7:30. Then the Panthers are home and home against the Carolina Hurricanes Friday, 3 o'clock in Raleigh. Back here for Saturday at 4 against Carolina. FloridaPanthers.com, SeatGeek.com, 954-835-PUCK to get your tickets. Some big tests coming up for the Panthers after this big test tonight. 1-1 through 20, Panthers and the Capitals here at Amerant Bank Arena. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay here. We'll hand it off to Kevin Rogers next. 1-1 after 1 on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-edged, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine. Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team. The Cats are hot. Want to catch your Florida Panthers this season? Choose our games your way with our Flex plans. Build your perfect plan and get the ultimate flexibility. Flex plans are customizable ticket packages starting at just 10 tickets that offer savings on single game pricing and offer Stanley Cup playoff presale access. For more information on Florida Panthers Flex plans, go to FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK. That's 954-835-PUCK.
This is the first intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
First intermission underway from Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers won, the Capitals won. Kevin Rogers with you. Panthers looking to snap a 3-game slide, trying to get on track after Saturday's home loss to Colorado. Panthers 3 points back at Toronto, entering play tonight for first place in the Atlantic Division. Washington, meanwhile, 27 points, all alone in third in the Metro, 3 back of New Jersey, and the Capitals continue to play without future Hall of Famer Alexander Ovechkin, sidelined with a lower leg injury. He's missed the last few games for the Capitals. Spencer Knight starting. Washington, the Capitals have played well on the road, 6-2 away from D.C. on the season, 13-6-1 overall. But the Panthers, though, looking for a good start, and they would get it 7 minutes in as Nico Mikkola would find the back of the net for the first time this season and give the Panthers a 1-0 lead.
Dmitry Kulikov, backhand far side. Carter Verhaeghe for Sam Bennett. And the Panthers out of their own zone, up through center. Bennett hands off Mikkola, joins the rush, and he scores! Off the post and in. Nico Mikkola gives the Panthers a 1-0 lead exactly 7 minutes into the game.
And that goal for Mikkola, again, his first on the season, assisted by Sam Bennett and Carter Verhaeghe. 7 minutes exactly into the first period. Panthers up 1-0. And that lead would stay for most of the first period until the final few minutes when the veteran Lars Eller would even things up for Washington.
Eller hands it on for LaPierre, and then Chychrun jumping in the rush will cut over the Panthers line. Chychrun across in front makes a feed, and that is Lars Eller to send it home. And the Capitals have tied this game at 1. A nifty feed out front from Chychrun to Lars Eller, and the Lars Eller and Capitals reunion in its early stages, and he comes up with a big goal there.
The goal for Eller is 5th on the season. Jacob Chychrun and Hendrix Lapierre with the assist. 17:49 into the first period. Capitals tie things up at 1 apiece. The Panthers firing just 4 shots on Logan Thompson in the first period. He made 3 saves, while Spencer Knight with 8 saves on 9 Washington shots. These teams will hook up again coming up on February 4th in D.C. That's the only regular season matchup between these two in Sunrise. Coming up, we'll take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard, also South Florida sports scene. All that is straight ahead. Panthers won, the Capitals won through 1 right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
Attention sports fans, when it comes to your health, don't just play defense, make the winning move with Solstice Dental Insurance. Whether you're looking for a PPO, HMO, or discount plan, Solstice has you covered. Our unique comprehensive dental and vision products ensure that you get the extensive coverage you need, all at an affordable price. With a national network and top-tier customer service, Solstice is your go-to teammate for championship smiles and clear vision. Join the winning team. Call Solstice today, 877-760-2247 or solsticebenefits.com and score big on your dental insurance.
First intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers won, the Capitals won. Kevin Rogers with you. Nico Mikkola, the goal scorer for the Panthers, looking to snap a 3-game slide. Let's take a look now at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all, and the Lightning striking for 4 goals in the first period. They lead Colorado 4-1 in the final seconds there at Amalie Arena in the opening period. And Tampa Bay, they've been playing well, 10-7-2. And Colorado off the win over the Panthers, a bit of a struggle here through the first 20 minutes. The Predators and Devils knotted up at 1, first intermission in New Jersey. The Blues and Rangers tied at 1, first intermission at Madison Square Garden. Flyers strike twice for 2 in the first lead. The Golden Knights 2-0 after 1 in Philly. Dallas 2, Carolina 1, first intermission in Raleigh. Tyler Seguin is 8th for the Stars. Flames and Senators scoreless, 7 minutes into the first period there in Ottawa. Islanders won, the Red Wings 0, 6.5 to go in the first in New York. Coming up in just a few minutes, the Jets and the Wild, they will get going in Minnesota. And Winnipeg 17-4, Minnesota 13-3-4. Coming up later on tonight, 10 o'clock, the Kraken and the Ducks meet in Anaheim. And at 10:30, the Kings and Sharks hook up in San Jose. So busy night inside the NHL. No games on Thursday, 2 games tomorrow. Busy night on Wednesday. Panthers back at it to take on the Toronto Maple Leafs Wednesday night at Amerant Bank Arena. Coming up, we'll take a look at the South Florida sports scene and then bring it back for the second period as the Panthers and Capitals tied at 1 as we continue the first intermission right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts, all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Hey Panthers fans, looking for an unforgettable group experience? Team up and score more with Florida Panthers group tickets. Whether it's for corporate outings, school trips, or a fun night out with friends, nothing beats the excitement of live hockey at Amerant Bank Arena. Get exclusive benefits like ticket savings, priority seating, and access to VIP experiences.
The right side.
Right-handed catcher.
He and Lindgren both.
Yeah, both their goaltenders catch with right hand.
Belinskas floats it down to our right. Here on the near side, a hard hit on the end boards is Tkachuk. Took Faravari down, and now they tussle behind the play a little bit. Both have taken the helmet off the other.
Now they're both going to the penalty box.
And that's indeed going to be the case.
Going for and got heated behind the net there.
Well, Faravari's thrown a couple of hits in the game. No doubt the Panthers made note of that early in the hockey game, and he and Tkachuk got wrapped up with one another behind the play.
And the Panthers kind of feed off this, drives into their emotion. And
42 Washington, 19 Florida. Both guys have a roughing.
A couple each for roughing, entangled behind the play. We haven't seen a lot of it. Panthers have been disciplined, and they don't take a lot of penalties. Tkachuk has been able to rein that in, but as far as getting involved in scrums and the nastiness and playing with that edge, we haven't seen near what we've seen in the past. So I'm not sure if it's Paul Maurice and the team with the mandate to try and cut down so they're short-handed, but this is a team that has to live on that edge to be successful, and Tkachuk a little angry after that call. And anything that can kind of drag into the game emotionally, the better for the Panthers.
Here on the right side, Reinhart, we go 4-on-4. Had it poked away by Chikrin. McMichael will send it a rink wide, and Strome walks it in for Washington. Slams on the brakes inside the Panthers' blue line across Chikrin near circle a shot. He zipped it wide. That rims around, leaves the zone. Of course, you had the always clear and animated call from Wes McCauley, delivering the message, one of our referees tonight. Out come the Capitals. Here's Strome. Hands it across. A couple of Capitals get crossed up. John Carlson came away with it. Backhands to McMichael. Looks right into the circle. Didn't connect on a feed that bounces back out to Carlson. He feeds it down to Strome, right corner. Chikrin out at the right point. Switches spots with McMichael. Chikrin to McMichael. Right side of lane in front. Then Strome. He backhands in front of the net. Nobody home in a white Capitals jersey. Then the Panthers get a clear from Forsling out to center.
Excellent job by the Panthers keeping everything to the outside.
Here's Strome to McMichael. Quick transition for Washington. Down to our left, Knight. Back behind the net, cuts it off and gives to the near corner for Reinhart. Behind the net, Forsling, and then he'll give to Barkov. Return to Forsling. Both teams will swap out personnel in favor of some fresh legs. Inside 12 minutes to go here in the second. It's a 1-1 game.
Lots of moving parts on that sequence in the offensive end for the Capitals. Unable to get it to the middle of the ice.
Verhaeghe to the front of the net. Almost lost it, got it back. Gives to Nico Mikkola. Bennett a one-timer, and that one over the net. Off to the near boards on a Karam. The Capitals pounce on possession of the puck. Matt Roy. Backhand feed across. Protas hands it back for Sandin. Near corner in the Washington zone. On for Dubois. He'll peel away from Mikkola here on the near side of the ice. Bolts along right to left across your radio. Pierre-Luc Dubois up over the Panthers line. Looks right. Protas rink wide. Feeds Sandin. Then again Protas straight on. Protas a wrist shot into traffic. And Knight saw it all the way. He's able to hold on. 11-17 left in the second. 1-1 to score. Billy, something we haven't spent enough time talking about, I don't think, is Spencer Knight's ability to get out, play a puck, and make a pass up the ice.
Both the goaltenders, Bobrovsky and Knight, they work on that in practice all the time. That long outlet pass, that stretch pass, if they see it on the power play or late in the second period when they get caught in the line change, they're going to fire it to that far blue line. But as a young goaltender, that usually evolves over time, and Spencer Knight, he's always had that right in his arsenal, right from when he broke into the NHL.
Seems like this younger generation of goaltenders being taught it maybe more in detail than in generations past, because a lot of these guys, they come in early, and you can tell they aren't just good at it, they want to play the puck. Up the near side, it's Eller. And he'll bank it along Chikrin. And then he guides it down into the Panthers zone. Nico Mikkola pressured here in the near corner. Back in up the boards. Eller gloved it down, kept it in. Mikkola another try with it. This time gave it to Kulikov, and then it was almost fumbled away. Mikkola able to clear. Van Riemsdyk back up the far boards. Mikkola winds up with it again. Out to center. It's Tkachuk to Luostarinen. We're back to 5-on-5. Luostarinen in. A shot off the end boards wide. Back behind the net. Luostarinen on it. Backhand out front. Chikrin is sticking the lane. Knocked it away. Luostarinen recovers. Out to the point. Belinskas. And and that one just away from him, so the Panthers forced to reload at center.
Those are the plays you got to be able to keep in. It comes back to Zelinski's got a forecheck going and puck that you have to handle to keep those plays alive.
Faravari off serving that penalty, keeps one in, look to play it deep, and it goes out of play. 10:16 to go here in the second. 1-1 the score. A 1-1 game coming up on the game's halfway point. Last year, the Panthers took all three from Washington, but two of them went to overtime. So these two teams have been used to playing close games in the past.
Always seems that way. You go back to that playoff series a couple of years ago. Carter Verhaeghe had a couple of overtime winners. And
Capitals fans probably still have bad memories about Carter Verhaeghe. 12 points in 6 games during that series for Carter Verhaeghe back in 2022. Here on the near side of the ice. Puck picked up and dragged down behind the net by Radish. Back into the point, Matt Roy. A drive. It's tipped out front and off the goalpost it goes. Game stays tied at 1, coming up on the halfway point. Behind the net, McMichael tied up. Ekblad had him held up on the end boards. Barkov up the near side for Reinhart, and he'll clear to center. The Capitals will reload things. Roy to Faravari. Across the center red line, it's dumped in. Rims around. McMichael far side, lost it. And then Barkov will bat it up the far boards. A race for Rodriguez there. Faravari bumps him into the far corner boards. Barkov on it. Out to Kulikov, far point. Long shot, tipped in front, didn't get through. And then Radish failed to clear. Rodriguez into the far corner for the Panthers. He's met again by Faravari. Far corner, they wrestle for that puck. Barkov, a little back and forth shoving with Matt Roy. And then Reinhart, a pass out to Kulikov that hopped away off a stick, off the deflection, a race for it down to our left. Kulikov got there. Across to Mikula at the Panthers' blue line. Up the near side, here's Sam Bennett up the right side. Tried to center out front, bounced back his way. Bennett around to the far corner.
Another penalty coming up against the Capitals. Panthers will have their third consecutive power play.
And now we get the call from ice level. Gord Dwyer over to make the announcement.
Penalty number 80, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike conduct.
So you have Pierre-Luc Dubois going off for unsportsmanlike conduct. 9:04 left in the second. 1-1 is the score. Back with the Panthers power play presented by Seminole Casino Coconut Creek next on the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
Every Stanley Cup champion started somewhere. Begin your championship journey with the Florida Panthers Learn to Play. Learn to Play is designed to introduce the game of ice hockey to boys and girls ages 5 to 9. For only $250, each participant will receive 6 weeks of on-ice training from Florida Panthers alumni and USA Hockey certified coaches, as well as a custom-fitted free set of ice hockey equipment that they can keep at the program's conclusion. For sign-up, location, and scheduling information, visit floridapanthers.com/learn-to-play. Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
Cannonball!
There's a problem if you drink and drive a boat. It never just affects you. Boating under the influence is illegal and dangerous. Save lives by staying sober. Learn more about Florida's boating laws at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the FWC Division of Law Enforcement.
9:04 to play in the second. 1-1. Panthers and the Capitals. And the Panthers onto another man advantage. Their third of the game. Presented by Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. The Panthers hoping to break this 1-1 tie.
Pierre-Luc Dubois behind the plate. Thought there should have been a penalty called. He barked once at the official who was going off for a line change and turned around and barked at him a second time. And that was too much. Undisciplined by Pierre-Luc Dubois there. And the Panthers get another opportunity with the man advantage.
Barkov for Tkachuk. Given to Reinhart, and he'll walk it in over the line. Spencer Carberry won't be happy about that. Tkachuk, Ekblad straight on. Looks off to the far side of the circle. Bennett, Ekblad up top. Long shot wide. A wrister through traffic. And now here on the near side, Tkachuk back out to Ekblad at the line. Down pressured. A scramble for the loose puck on the near side. Barkov behind the net. Tkachuk Back to Barkov near circle. Takes a look. Kachuk tried to stump it at the near post. Couldn't get a shot away cleanly. Bennett takes over. Far corner, looks out front, and it just jumped over Barkov. Stick a race for it, and Barkov able to keep it in. Reinhart, Ekblad at the line. Looks right. Barkov, top of the right circle. Barkov, Ekblad holds. Over to his left, a shot. Bennett, and that one is going to take a hop away from the front of that. May have glanced off Thompson. Now Ekblad again at the line. Ekblad, Barkov right circle, down low for Kachuk. A stick in the lane from Carlson, knocked it away. They battle for the puck here on the near side. Carlson, a backhand, fluttered to the line. Ekblad to his knees to keep it in. Across to Bennett, into the far circle. Reinhart, back out to Ekblad, straight on. Barkov near side, backhand in front. And Kachuk was tied up. The loose puck pounced down by Thompson. And that will bring the sequence to a halt with 39 seconds left in the Dubois penalty and 7:43 remaining in the second. The game remains tied at 1.
Best looking power play for the Panthers, able to move it around quickly. They're trying to work those plays down low. That last one, a backhand pass by Barkov, and Logan Thompson using his goal stick to break up that pass coming in front to Kachuk. Kachuk tried to drive it hard one time to the net. The points are wide open. This Capitals PK come way down low to support the middle. They're aware of that bumper position, how dangerous it is against Reinhart. And it does look like Logan Thompson is having trouble picking up those long shots. A lot of times we've seen late reactions from him.
Here's Rodriguez behind the net, tail end of the power play. Far circle, a shot. Verhaeghe missed wide. And here on the near side, Balinskis up top. Schmidt, Verhaeghe left circle, walks down low, then behind the net, pass near side, Balinskis. Straight on Schmidt across. One-timer, Rodriguez missed wide. Into the near corner to the near boards. It's Schmidt up top then. Across for Rodriguez. Backs out to the far point. Top of the near circle. Balinskis holds. Feeds Schmidt straight on. Rodriguez. Top of the far circle. It rolled away on him, and Tom Wilson will punch it out of the zone. Breakaway. Dubois serving the penalty. Dubois in shot. He put it over the net. Over to the far boards. It's Dubois. Backhand feed. Wilson rolled it down low. Balinskis pounds it up the far side. Dubois stopped it up to Sandin. Across to an open Chychrun. He'll settle it. Chychrun down to the near corner. Pressure against him from Verhaeghe. And a penalty upcoming. 6:41 to go in the second period. A 1-1 game. And for the first time tonight, Washington is going on the power play. Here's the call.
Florida number 25, minor hold.
Samoskevich for a hold.
Before that, if you're sitting in the penalty box, and if a player doesn't tell you this, they're lying. Every time that you're sitting in the penalty box, especially a forward, you're hoping to get released at a time where a breakout will come your way and you can get on a breakaway.
Just like that.
Just like that. Pierre-Luc Dubois got let go and the puck came right his way, found himself all alone against Spencer Knight. And tried to go
good awareness from Tom Wilson, too.
Yeah, Wilson knew what was going on, and Wilson was able to feed that puck up quickly. But every time, even fourth line guys, when I'd sit in the penalty box, you're just like, okay, you'd always hang on for an extra beat just to see if there was something, if it was down deep in the offensive end, if it would come back your way. But that one was perfectly timed, right on the stick of Wilson, and the ball was off to the races. Now the Panthers have to go to work as Washington enjoys their first power play.
Panthers are 0 for 3, and here on the near side, Chychrun spots Carlson. Back lost Chychrun right point. A shot tipped on goal and a save made by Spencer Knight that time as out front Tom Wilson got a piece of it. And now the Panthers back the Capitals down to our right. We mentioned Tom Wilson caught in that 11-game goalless drought.
Only 10 power play goals all year for the Capitals. This has been a deficiency for them, even when Ovechkin was in the lineup.
Down and around the inboards, now it's Strome behind the net. Strome shuffles it off to the far half boards for Tom Wilson. That one took a hop over his stick and out to center, so the Capitals forced to reload. Given to Chychrun. Up the near side, John Carlson. He spots a man. It's Wilson out front. Strome backhand save made by Knight with the outstretched left pad. The clearing attempt held in on the first try, but Luostarinen helps the Panthers get it down to our right. 1:06 to go in this Washington power play as they start out from their own zone, but a pass from Strome to Chychrun missed the mark. He'll have to go all the way back into his own zone to retrieve it.
Strome all alone in front, bobbled it for 1 second, then took it to the backhand. That allowed Knight to make that save. He handles that clean. He's probably able to take it to the backhand and elevate the puck. Because he didn't handle it, had to shovel it down low, and Spencer Knight, those pads are spread out along the goal line.
Now Chychrun went for a change in that caused the Capitals to have to reload. He was going off for a change, didn't keep it in the zone as a result. Now it's brought on right to left across your radio by Dubois. Over on that far side, it's played down Marosnichenko around the end boards, and here on the near side, it's going to be held by Mangiapane. He couldn't do much with it. Dubois down here on the near side, Marosnichenko. He'll have it off to the near boards. It's given to Radish, then Dubois across the line where it's taken by Sandin. Right side, Dubois on the boards. Pass down low, deflects away. A chance for the Panthers to grab it. Sandin able to keep it in. Now Ekblad here in the near side pocket. Picked, and Sandin flings it in front. Deflects wide. Dubois run into by Boquist in the far corner. That allows Kulikov a chance to punch it out to the neutral zone. And Samoskevich off serving the penalty, muscled it up to the Capitals line. It's sent back the other way. Back to 5-on-5. Protas out in front. That pass deflects away. The Capitals keep possession. Matt Roy, long shot, loose in front. Eller fanned on it. He tries to recover. Bouncing puck, whipped to the net by Lapierre. Through traffic, Knight the save, and he will hold it. 4:13 left in the second. 1-1 between the Panthers and the Capitals here at Amaranth Bank Arena. We'll bring it back for more in a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We have some breaking news that you Panthers fans...
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amaranth Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all-natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero. Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
4:13 to play in the second period. 1-1 the score at the Panthers and the Washington Capitals. Late in the middle frame. Huge ovation for tonight's City Furniture hero among us tonight. U.S. Air Force veteran Alan Friedman served 1952 to 1959 during the Korean War, and he is here tonight. Honored to have him here in the building, and a special hello and a thank you to all of the servicemen and women we have tuned in, and always great to honor our City Furniture hero among us each and every Panthers home game.
Absolutely, and my dad would have been over there in that time. My dad served in the Korean War from 1952 to 1954.
Lucky to have so many of the great veterans every game. And again, an honor to have all the servicemen and women tuned in tonight. Face off near circle down to our left. And off the draw, Tkachuk bounced it into the neutral zone. Picked up, flipped back along by Protas. Down to our left into the Panthers' end. Here's Tkachuk. He'll leave it for Schmidt. Schmidt behind the net, Bolinskis. Through the far circle, Uvis Bolinskis. He'll zip it in for the Panthers, deep into the Washington zone. Around to the near corner, Bennett flings it around far side. Eller the takeaway, and he'll just blindly turn it up the ice, and that's going to be an icing call against Washington. 3:39 left in the second period. 1-1 is the score. It's the Panthers and the Capitals tonight. Still a chance to get your 50-50 tickets presented by AutoNation. Winner will be chosen in the third period. FLAPanthers5050.com. The pot nearing $23,000. Get your tickets for Wednesday's game against Toronto at 7:30. FloridaPanthers.com, SeatGeek.com, 954-835-PUCK. Face off to the right of Thompson, down to our right off the draw. Kulikov, a drive and a blocker save made. Bouncing puck in front. And that may have gone off Barkov, but to the rescue was Matt Roy for Washington. Swept it out of the blue paint.
High blast from Kulikov, and it did go off Barkov's shoulder dangerously across that goal line.
Now into the far circle. It's held by Rodriguez to the half boards. Reinhart across, then out front, a shot from Barkov. Batted at in front of the net. And it's punched along by Protas. Then Lapierre Wheel clear for Washington down to our left. Nico Mikkola there facing some Eller pressure, and Mikkola able to peel away from that. Coming up on 3 minutes to go in the second period. A game tied at 1.
Tremendous pass in the middle of the ice to Barkov for that inner slot turnaround shot. And Logan Thompson another save, and that's an area that the Capitals are one of the best at. They're third in the NHL at denying those inner slot shot attempts against.
Here on the near side, down to our right, Capitals lose control. Bennett in front, a shot, glove, save made by Thompson. One of his biggest saves of the game right there. Sam Bennett, a quickly developing scoring chance, took it right to the front of the net. It was one-on-one with the goaltender, and that time it was the goaltender Thompson coming up with a big save.
2 ginormous saves. The first one against Barkov. This one, they win the battle down deep in the corner, and Bennett beats everyone off that half wall and tried to go high glove. We've seen it all from Logan Thompson. We've seen the low saves, the high saves, the glove, and playing with a lot of confidence.
I think that's the biggest thing, Billy. 2:39 left in the second, 1-1 the score. With him being out west in Vegas, we didn't see a ton of Logan Thompson, but as far as in person, this is the best I've seen him look. And again, this is a guy who's been an all-star before, but you just see him in full command of the position right now. Being 8-1-1 will do that. Over on the far side, Tkachuk. Bennett into the far circle, looks out front for Verhaeghe, hops away out to the line. Ekblad a shot, and that one off the end wall. And it's scooped up from the side of the net by Dubois, and then bumped out of the zone by Radish.
And the Panthers are finally getting to that middle of the ice, which you want.
Here's Dubois in, right side. Carlson at the line, and it's worked around McMichael. Chikrin a drive, and that's kicked away by Knight. Dubois back up top, Chikrin there. Looks across, one-timer McMichael, and Knight saw it all the way, and he'll hold that. 1:53 to go in the second, 1-1 is the score.
Panthers have picked it up here in the last 3-4 minutes with the scoring chances. They got better in the scoring chances. And they're getting them from the right areas. I talked about the Capitals' ability to defend that middle of the ice, and passes to the slot, inner slot attempts, they're all top 3 in every single category. And to get those looks against the Capitals, you got to be able to cash them in. Barkov and Bennett with 2 glorious attempts.
Now over on the far side of the ice, it's Anton Lundell for the Panthers. Works it into the neutral zone. The Capitals transition quickly, and Sandin will fling it around. Down to our left it goes. Set up out front, Wilson looking for a man. Couldn't connect with Strome. Kulikov behind the net. Off the near side for Matthew Samoskevich. He's got it for the Panthers. Samoskevich out across center. Took a shot from Strome. Dumped it in down to our right. Thompson, the goaltender, leaves it for the defense. Here's Sandin, right to left across your radio. 1:20 to go in the second. Pass straight on Protas. He dangles in. Lost it. Kulikov plays it up the far boards, and the Panthers a chance late in the period. Barkov through center. Drop pass far side. Samoskevich to the circle in front of Rodriguez. A shot kicked away. The rebound, Schmidt. Stopped by Thompson. And then Nate Schmidt. Far circle spots Balinskis. Across to Rodriguez. Evan Rodriguez slides it here on the near side where it's taken by Reinhart. Backhand across Rodriguez. Nifty saucer pass from Reinhart. Then through the circle, Rodriguez heads down behind the net. Banks it out to the far point. Nate Schmidt there. Holds. Pass. Rodriguez. Tried to angle to the net. Blocked out of back. Then through the legs. Barkov just missing. He tried to go between the legs at the side of the net. Now Barkov, another chance. He feeds it across. A shot. Schmidt over the net. And this one goes off to the near boards on a bounce. Tom Wilson a swipe at it. He couldn't advance it, but Strome will. And then the Capitals remain back in their own zone. They tried to work it back for the defense. Now Roy on for Protas. Wilson taken down by Balinskis. And a penalty is upcoming against the Panthers. Uvis Balinskis is going to take a seat. He upended Wilson out around center and got the feed out from under him. So 21.1 seconds left. Second period, Washington back to the power play in a game tied at 1.
Panthers have turned up the heat all of a sudden here late in this second period. Opportunity after opportunity. Rodriguez got the initial shot again coming down the slot. Nate Schmidt, the defenseman, jumping up the play, was able to gather the rebound opportunity. And Barkov tried that between the legs move, and he had him. Just fired it wide. If he hits the net on that play, it's in. And the wherewithal to think of that and the patience to hang on with it. And Barkov with that long stick. Once he puts it there, he's going to capitalize. Just threw it wide of that right post.
And the thing with that, it's not showboating, it's practicality. That was his best option to be able to get that shot off cleanly right there, was to tuck it back between the legs.
And he had Thompson beat clean.
Now here on the near side of the ice, A loose puck picked up by Forsley, and then he's tied up in the corner. Fumbled away by the Capitals, and Eetu Luostarinen able to send it all the way down.
So Logan Thompson show here late in this second period. It's not always about the shot volume. It's the quality. 14 shots on net, and you're able to get 10 in that second period, and at least 6 of those shots were excellent looks against the goaltender Thompson. He was able to make the saves when called upon, keep this game tied at 1. But if you're the Panthers looking for some momentum going into that dressing room, you definitely got it. You got a penalty that you got to kill to start this third period. Minute 39 left on the Belinskas penalty, but like the way they finished it, and that's their DNA, hard working, and they were able to. That's the hardest area to get to, and they were able to get to that middle of the ice. Those inner slot chances, and almost every single one, those last 5 were coming right down the throat, right down the gullet against the goaltender Logan Thompson.
And worth mentioning as well that Anton Lundell did get out there late in the period. He was out there for that last shift of the frame, so good to see him back into the action as well after he was hit with that puck earlier in the period. So into our second intermission we go. 1-1 the score, Panthers and the Capitals. Washington will have a power play 5-on-4 for 139 to start the third period of action. And we'll have Jameson Olive stopping by to join Kevin Rogers for After 40 coming up here in just a couple of moments. If you're new to the program, you can tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from all of you after 2 periods of play. So that's coming up, the world-famous former Twitter segment. Also a look around the rest of the National Hockey League on this evening. So that lies ahead. Folks, remember you can get your territory memberships, or I should say your spot in the line. For the first time in franchise history, a wait list for territory memberships. Join the wait list today. Secure your priority and reserve your spot in line for season tickets. To learn more, floridapanthers.com/waitlist, or call 954-835-PUCK. And you can go to Pantherland for exclusive Panthers license merchandise, including one-of-a-kind gear, hockey-inspired fashion apparel, jerseys, and more. Shop now in-store or online at FLAteamshop.com. So coming up the third period, but lots to cover before then. SeatGeek Road Ahead. SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Panthers home against Toronto, 7:30 on Wednesday. That's a big one within the Atlantic Division. And then after that, a home with Carolina. Panthers 3 o'clock in Raleigh on Friday. That'll be followed up by Saturday, 4 o'clock here at Amerant Bank Arena against the Hurricanes. So that's what's coming up, some big tests for the Panthers.
Forget about what's coming up. This is the biggest third period of the season that we've seen
big
so
third
far.
Period, yep.
Where you're at, way things are tracking. Game tied at 1, and you're able to get some opportunities late. Got to come out with your, at this point, hopefully your best third period of the year and kind of put a stall to what's been going on. Get yourself right back on the rails.
So the Panthers and the Capitals tied at 1. Penalty kill for the Panthers coming out of the intermission in just a little bit. But before then, Jameson Olive from FloridaPanthers.com and the Territory Talk podcast. He'll join Kevin Rogers next for After 40. They will break it all down. 2 periods in the books here in Sunrise. 1-1 between the Panthers and the Capitals on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Funky Buddha is back as the official craft brewery of your Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Funky Buddha brings the taproom fun to Amerant Bank Arena, where you can grab an ice-cold gloves-off IPA, brewed exclusively for the Florida Panthers and their fans. Party with them all year long at their brewery in Oakland Park, where you can catch all the Panthers action with their signature selection of innovative brews. Or stop by your closest retailer and bring Funky Buddha home with you. No matter where you're watching, they'll be right there with you. Cheers and go Cats! Funky Buddha Brewery, Oakland Park, Florida. Please drink responsibly.
I love the ocean.
Me? I love a slow winding river. I love the lake. Slick as glass.
But nothing compares to what you love inside the boat.
My family.
My child.
My best friend from first grade.
If you're behind the wheel of a boat, pay attention. That way your favorite water will always be safe water. Learn more about boating safety at myfwc.com. Brought to you by the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Cheers to champions. Manos Wine has teamed up with the Florida Panthers to celebrate the 2024 Stanley Cup champions. Introducing our exclusive collection of deep-etched, hand-painted wines and sparkling metallic red bubbly, each featuring unique championship designs. Whether you're toasting to victory at home or celebrating with friends, these limited edition bottles are a must-have for every Panthers fan. Shop now at manoswine.com or find us at your local liquor store. Raise your glass to the champions, because every victory deserves a great wine.
This is the Florida Panthers' second intermission report on the Florida Panthers Radio Network.
Presented by Baptist Health.
Time now for after 42 periods in the books as the Panthers and Capitals knotted up at 1. Kevin Rogers and Jameson Hall with FloridaPanthers.com with you as we head to Amerant Bank Arena now with Jameson, and we always like to say less goals, more Jameson, and that's the case tonight since both goals were scored in the first period. Nico Mikkola, his first of the season, that beat Logan Thompson to give the Panthers a 1-0 lead, and then Lars Eller tied it late in the first to make it 1-1. No scoring in the second, so I guess first things first, Jameson, that obviously the Panthers not playing their best right now heading into tonight, dropping their last 3. They've had their struggles of late. I mean, encouraging considering the Capitals have scored 1, seeing what the Avalanche did in the second period on Saturday. But what have you seen tonight? Washington team 13-6-1, and the Panthers are tied through 2 periods.
Yeah, you know, the Caps come into this game with the top offense in the NHL, and I know Ovechkin's not with them anymore, but even then, guys like Strome and McMichael have been playing well this season, so the fact you're holding them to 1 goal right now through 2 periods, you got to feel good about that. But that being said, there's just not a lot of action at either end in this game. It's kind of got to feel, kind of looks like both teams are kind of skating a little bit of mud out there at times, then suddenly there's big bursts, and each team has a scoring chance. So not a lot of flow in this game. The score kind of shows that. But overall, you know, for the Panthers, for a team that's had a couple ugly periods in games leading up to this one, I haven't, you know, disliked either period for the Panthers here so far. They've both been kind of lukewarm, but for the Panthers trying to get back in the win column, they needed games like this. They need just okay periods to start building up towards getting back into that rhythm, back into that flow. And that's what Paul Maurice talked about at yesterday's practices. You know, if you want to get out of a rut like this, you can't just magically snap your fingers and do it. You got to build it piece by piece. And I feel like even though it's only 1-1, the Panthers have done a little bit of building tonight, which is good.
What about the play of Spencer Knight? 16 saves on 17 shots for him. Gave up the Eller goal late in the first, but still been pretty solid.
He's been solid. They haven't asked him to be spectacular, but he's making the saves he's had to make out there. You know, it's really been only kind of one breakaway that the Caps sailed the shot on. So the Panthers have actually been doing a pretty good job protecting Spencer Knight. He's not giving up a lot of second and third opportunities. So for a guy coming in a spot where, you know, not a must-win game, but I think each kind of game that goes on here during the stretch, the pressure ramps up a little bit. So a higher than normal pressure game here in the regular season. I think he's handling it really well.
So the Panthers tied at 1 with the Capitals through 2 periods of play. With the schedule coming up, Toronto on Wednesday, Carolina twice later in the week. We knew that the schedule would ramp up, would get tough. They're going out west next month. Still in a good spot, and that's the problem, Jameson, is that you go to the Stanley Cup Final back-to-back seasons and you think, okay, be 82-0. It's just unrealistic. And the Panthers were able to tread water with Barkov and Tkachuk out early in the season, and they've obviously been back for weeks. But what do you think it is now, why they're having some struggles? Is it, you know, after the trip overseas, trying to get their legs back? What do you think it's been?
You know, for me personally, I wouldn't be surprised if it's a little bit of just fatigue catching up with them. You know, they fought through so much. You know, they traveled so much earlier in the year, and they got through it. You're running on adrenaline, and suddenly you get to these kind of early dog days of November, and the legs start to get a little bit tired. You know, the practice days start to add up. The time, you know, on the ice starts to add up. So maybe it's a little bit of that. Maybe it's teams, you know, facing the defending Stanley Cup champs, always giving their best. But then you look at the matchups, too. You know, the Devils are a tough matchup for the Panthers, as are the Avalanche. Just stylistically, 2 speed teams that found a way to get through the Panthers' defense. But, you know, I'm just not seeing the same, you know, wave after wave, line after line the Panthers were showing earlier on in the year. And I think for me, that's got to be a little bit fatigued. But also, let's not forget, the Panthers play a really tough, hard brand of hockey. Matthew Tkachuk talked about it after the last loss. You know, you got to commit to a full 60. You got to commit to a full 60 for all 82 if you want to play Panthers hockey and kind of execute the way they're supposed to execute. But, you know, it's still a great team. It's still a team that you know is going to be there come playoff time. You know is going to be bringing that A game come playoff time. But just to get out of this little rut right here, you just want to see them continue to do what they're doing, build a little bit more, and eventually get back to that play style. Because what we saw earlier in the year was not a fluke. That's what the Panthers can do. They just got to get back to doing that.
Panthers 3 points back in the Maple Leafs. They'll hook up coming up on Wednesday at Amerant Bank Arena. First, got to take care of the Capitals. tied up at 1 through 2 periods of play. Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. Jameson, we appreciate it. We'll talk to you Wednesday for the Leafs.
Sounds good. Thanks, Garage.
All right, there's Jameson All of FloridaPanthers.com. As the Panthers and Capitals locked up at 1. Coming up, we do have the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. Also, world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He will read them before the third period. Lots of goals around the NHL. Get you updated on that coming up as well. Panthers won, the Capitals won 2 periods in the books at Amerant Bank Arena, right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We have some breaking. The new official ticketing partner of the Florida Panthers. Your ticket to great Panthers seats.
Tabañero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabañero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor. Original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabañero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabañero.
Let's talk goals. You don't have to be a professional athlete to achieve them. You just need the right partner for the assist. And when it comes to your facility's landscape, there's no one better than Brightview, the official lawn care partner of the Florida Panthers. Go to brightview.com to see how our commercial landscape services can help you achieve your goals. Or call 844-235-7778 to set up your free consultation. That's 844-235-7778 or brightview.com.
Have you heard about El Car Wash? The official car wash of the Florida Panthers. For less than the price of a tank of gas, you can enjoy unlimited express car washes at all 40-plus locations from Miami to Palm Beach to Naples and Orlando. If you are on your way to work, having a night on the town, or just need the refreshing feeling of a sparkly clean car, come through one of our eco-friendly and state-of-the-art locations for a high-quality, fast, and fun wash. Visit lcarwash.com to find the location nearest you. Join, wash, save. El Car Wash. Feel good. Drive clean.
Second intermission continues at Amerant Bank Arena. Panthers won, the Capitals won. Kevin Rogers with you. Let's take a look at the JetBlue out-of-town scoreboard. JetBlue, you above all the Lightning, scoring 5 times in the first period. They're blowing away the Avalanche tonight at home. 6-1. That one has reached the second intermission in Tampa. Devils with 3 in the second. They've opened things up against the Predators. New Jersey leads at 4-1. Second intermission in New Jersey. Nico Hischier hat-trick for the Devils. Blues and Rangers tied up at 2. Second intermission at the Garden. Flyers and Golden Knights, a good one in Philadelphia. Philadelphia jumped out to a big lead there, but the Golden Knights with 3 in the second. Flyers lead at 4-3 at the end of 2. Stars 3. The Hurricanes 1. Second intermission in Carolina. The Senators lead the Flames 2-1. 15 minutes to go, second period from Ottawa. The Islanders a 2-1 advantage over the Red Wings. 4 minutes to go in the second in New York. Jets and Wild all knotted up at 1. First intermission in Minnesota. Big one inside the Central Division there. And coming up at 10 o'clock, the Kraken and the Ducks meet up in Anaheim at 10:30. It's the Kings and the Sharks out in San Jose. Before we step aside, let's pause for station identification across the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
The biggest games in the world.
Ovechkin fires! He scores!
Sirius XM NHL Network Radio. AIS HD2 Boca Raton.
Coming up next, it is the world-famous former Twitter segment. Get your tweets and X's in for Doug. He'll read them before the third period. Panthers won, the Capitals won through 2 at Amerant Bank Arena right here on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Your fishing gear's loaded, lunch is packed, the boat's gassed up, everything you need for an awesome day on the water. Well, not everything. You should also bring along your boating safety education. So be sure to take a Florida boating safety course. Know before you go. Do it for yourself. Do it for your family. You'll have more fun out on the water. You can take a course in a classroom or online. To learn more, visit Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission at myfwc.com.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Metro Group Miami, corporate partner of the Florida Panthers. The home of Metro Signs and Metro Wraps has been South Florida's business choice for quality signs and graphics for over 34 years. No sign is too big or too small for the experts at Metro. They bring brands to life. Call them today, 954-983-6662, 954-983-6662. Visit MetroGroupMiami.com to learn what they can do for you. Metro Group Miami, your everything team.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, getting ready for the third period. Game tied at 1 between the Panthers and the Washington Capitals. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you, Manny Chang, our on-site engineer, Danny Garcia, back in studio control. Time for the world-famous former Twitter segment, folks. You can always tweet the broadcast at Doug Plagans, at Lindsay B. Hockey. Looking forward to hearing from all of you. Josh in Pembroke Pines, first up, wants to give us a shout-out. Josh, we want to give you a shout-out. Thanks very much for tuning in. Kurt, the South Carolina Twitter captain, tuned in tonight on the NHL app from Margaritaville Hilton Head, he says. And also Carl, Northwest Indiana, tuned in tonight. Gil in Houston is tuned in on Sirius XM NHL Network Radio Channel 91 tonight. We welcome you aboard. We've got Ryan tuned in from Thief River Falls, Minnesota tonight. And a thank you to Ryan, one of our loyal listeners, for chiming in this evening. Special hello and a thank you to all the police, fire, medical personnel, military we have tuned in. Thanks for what you do. Thanks for making Panthers hockey a part of your night. We'll be back in just a moment with the third period. Panthers and the Capitals, 1-1. Washington on a power play to start the period. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Tabanero Hot Sauce is bringing the heat to the rink this game day, folks. As the official hot sauce of the Florida Panthers, enjoy Tabanero today at any concession stand at the Amerant Bank Arena. We've got it in every flavor: original, sweet and spicy, curry habanero, and extra hot. Their premium sauce blends are crafted right here in South Florida from all natural, locally sourced ingredients. And the party doesn't have to stop after the stadium. Take Tabanero home with you by visiting your local Florida retail stores. Savor the flavor of Tabanero.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Back to the third period. It's the Panthers and the Capitals tied at 1. 1 minute, 39 seconds power play time on the board for Washington. Uvis Balinskis assessed a penalty late in the second period. So the Panthers down a man. Coming down to Funky Wood Brewery in Fort Lauderdale, and the Cats take on Pittsburgh Tuesday, December 3rd. Enjoy drink specials, giveaways, Panthers hockey, and more. FloridaPanthers.com/Cats on tap for more information. And Panthers fans, the Baptist Health Iceplex at FTL War Memorial open and ready for you. Register today for skate lessons, hockey programs for kids and adults, curling and more. Brand new community gym in the heart of downtown Fort Lauderdale. FTLWarMemorial.com is where to go for all the information. Face off from center. The Panthers control it to Luostarine and pounds it up to the Washington blue line. And now the Capitals will start their attack. Panthers in red, right to left. Washington in white, left to right. Chikrin stick handles in, left circle, cutting in front. McMichael backhand shot to save made by an outstretched Spencer Knight. Got the left pad on that.
Another
a huge
penalty
save.
coming up, though.
And there is a penalty upcoming.
What a brilliant save by Spencer Knight there. They worked in front of Michael.
And Ekblad goes off.
Slashing call against McMichael when he took it hard to the net. Drove right down the middle of the ice, and Chikrin gave it off on the side to McMichael. Found himself all alone, and the full splits had to be done there by the goaltender Spencer Knight to keep that puck off the goal line. Now a bit of hot water. You're down 5-on-3 for a minute 23.
We've seen Jacob Chikrin make some crafty passes in this game.
Very. Poker tone, Bourne.
Face off, far circle down to our right and off the draw. The tie-up ensues off the face-off, and the Capitals grab control. Chikrin across. One-timer, and that one over the net from John Carlson. Rims out to the near point. Chikrin is there. 5-on-3 for Washington for another 1:10. Game tied at 1 early in the third period. Critical point in this hockey game. Strome straight on with it. Chikrin, and he fanned on the one-timer. It was a little away from him. Panthers try to clear. It's off Strome, and he's able to hold it for a split second. Forsling got there and knocked it out to the neutral zone. So the Capitals try to piece together an entry to the zone. Up the near side, Carlson fumbled away. Forsling will dump it down to our left in on Thompson's net, and he quickly fires it along. 43 seconds still to go in this 5-on-3 for Washington. Strome tried to stick handle through everyone. Nico Mikkola took it away. Forsling punched it out to center. The Capitals will reload in neutral ice this time. It's whipped cross ice to Tom Wilson here on the near side. Wilson down for Strome. Up top, Chikrin. He'll hold it straight on. Chikrin a shot. He scores. Jacob Chikrin on the 5-on-3 power play. And it is 2-1 Washington.
Panthers, for the most part, were very aggressive. And Forsling got it out a couple of times. And this time they were able to reload and get it up high. And Chikrin's got a bullet of a wrist shot. There's a screen in front, and he just lets a wrist shot go from about 5 feet inside the blue line. And trying to look around, Pierre-Luc Dubois was the goaltender, Spencer Knight, and he was looking on the right side, and Chikrin fired it left. And that goal, it's a great shot by Chikrin, but it's all set up by the screen in front by Pierre-Luc Dubois. If he's not there, because Spencer Knight was looking around the right, thinking the shot's going to come to the right, and by the time he looked back to the left, the puck was already into the net. 5-on-3 goal for the Capitals, and they get the 1-goal cushion.
And they're still on the power play for another 52 seconds. Ekblad in the box, and that was the 6'4" frame of Dubois, taking away a good chunk of the sight line from Spencer Knight. Down to our right, it's Luostarinen on it for the Panthers. He will get a quick clear all the way down to our left. Sandin after this one, a new power play unit on for Washington. 18-17 left in the third. 2-1 Capitals. Still a lot of hockey to be played here.
You're right, Jacob Chikrin has been very noticeable on the back end.
He's played a really nice game tonight for Washington. Having a nice season. First go-around with the Capitals. Sandin across the ice. And then Dubois out along the far side with it. Backhand down to McMichael. Far circle Mangiapane. And out to Dubois. He'll cut along the far side of the circle in front. Mangiapane, a shot, and a save is made by Spencer Knight. And he will hold that for the whistle. 5 seconds left in the Ekblad penalty. We've gone 2-11 here in the third period. 2-1. It's the Capitals in front.
Both their goaltenders have been sharp. Spencer Knight able to move laterally quickly to take away that scoring opportunity, but
big saves at both ends. Face off here in the near circle down to our right. Bennett will take the draw against Dowd.
Eller.
Dowd steps out, Eller steps in, and Eller wins the draw. Ferravaria's shot that deflects wide. Now Eller to Dowd, drags it down to the near corner. Ekblad out of the box. Bennett takes Dowd down behind the net, and Bennett will come away with the puck. So back to 5-on-5 hockey. The Capitals did score a power play tally. And they have the 1-goal lead here. 17:27 left in period number 3. Spencer Knight, pass near side. Tkachuk gives to Bennett. Bennett through the neutral zone. Heads down to our left. He had it poked away. And then a collision. Dowd, Bennett, and Dowd tumbles awkwardly into the end wall. Meanwhile, the Capitals charge along. It's Tom Wilson. A lane left side. Cuts in. Shot fought off by Knight. Got a piece of that. Knocked it away. And then Wilson, a hard check on Nico Mikkola. And the Capitals keep control. Here's Protas along the near boards. Pocket pick by Verhaeghe. Outlet to Barkov then. Barkov looks to feed Tkachuk. It's dumped down to our left into the Capitals end. Thompson plays it to the far corner. Verhaeghe intercepts Tkachuk out to the far circle. And the one-timer from Ekblad hopped away. Dragged up the near boards and dumped down to our right by Radish. He'll go in on the forecheck for the Capitals. Down to the near corner where he's bumped off the puck by Forsling. Barkov to Forsling up the near side for Hagee, met by Dubois. The Capitals a chance to set up shop inside the Panthers zone in front of Radish. A backhand, couldn't get it away. Chychrun far boards. He'll play it down behind the net. Dubois in front, a shot, and a save made by Knight that time on Radish. Out to the far point, Chychrun, then a long drive from McMichael is wide. Radish takes over, off to the far circle, then Radish up top. Chychrun holds, fires, and it's deflected away off a Panthers stick. Dubois behind the net, rolls it in front, backhanded on goal, and a save made by Knight in close on McMichael. 16:04 to go in the third. 2-1 Washington, and the Capitals were able to keep it in the zone, and all of a sudden it turned into a ton of pressure.
Building off that power play. You get momentum and your best players touch the puck, you score a goal, and you turn that into about a 45-second shift in the offensive end. But before that, the save on Tom Wilson going down the wing. Shot was fired wide, and all of a sudden, Tom Wilson was blitzing down the left side and tried to go high and just went off the tip of Spencer Knight's glove, and they come out, pull that. And Tom Wilson kept that play alive for that offensive shift with that big hit on Mikkola.
Yep. Here on the near side, Hendricks Lapierre into the corner where Mangiapane is tied up by Nate Schmidt. And they battle here on the near side. Eller came away with the puck out to the line. Van Riemsdyk pass across, and then a long shot wide. It's worked back out front by Lapierre. Again to Sandin, a drive, and a left pad save made by Spencer Knight. Balinskis brings it out to center ice, gets across center. It's dumped in down to our left. Sandin after it. Samoskevich behind him. And the puck battled for back behind the net. Van Riemsdyk for Washington. A chop at it. This one's taken back by Samoskevich. Out to the line, Mikkola. Back down for Samoskevich here on the near side. Mackie Samoskevich fights through some pressure here on the near side. Eventually wrapped up by Sandin. Mangiapane grabs control. He'll backhand up the near side. Quickly developing 2-on-1. Sandin cuts in. Looks for a lane. Didn't like what he saw. Sandin looks for a trailer coming. He'll roll it behind the net for Dowd. Kulikov took Sandin down to the ice here on the near side. Meanwhile, the puck handled here on the near side by Dowd, who circles the offensive end for Washington. Far circle, looking for a teammate there. Couldn't connect over on that far side. And a battle for a loose puck continues. Over along the far boards, Dowd into a tussle with Kulikov. Duhaime digging in there for Washington. The puck gathered in by Samoskevich, and he will clear.
Washington came out with a foot on the gas pedal here, start the third, bolstered by those couple, that 5-on-3 man advantage.
Spencer Knight up the near side to take away down to the line. Faravari out in front for Dowd, tipped wide of the Panthers net. Picked up by Ekblad. He'll walk it along near side for Greer. And it's pushed down to our left. A foot race for this one. Going to be an icing call against the Panthers here. 14-11 left in the third. 2-1. It's Washington in front. Other big events coming up to Amaranth Bank Arena. Disturbed coming in on April 18th. But sooner than that, Trans-Siberian Orchestra coming in on December the 13th. You don't want to miss any of the action here at Amaranth Bank Arena. It doesn't end with Panthers hockey. Lots of big events.
Give the Capitals credit. They were starting to go the wrong way late there in the second period.
Strome to Carlson across. And then gets a feedback. John Carlson shot tipped out front by Strome. Hops to the end boards. And a battle for a loose puck back behind the net. Spencer Knight leans out to the side of the goal to cover. 13:58 left. Third period of action. 2-1 Washington. And we will bring it back for more here in just a moment from Amaranth Bank Arena and Sunrise on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Here's another great reason to use the United States Postal Service this season. Your boxes are wrapped and the gifts are in. Our employees are ready. Let the holiday ride begin. Let's start with the price. It's easy to manage when you ship with the reliable USPS Ground Advantage. In just a few days, it's sure to arrive. We're working nonstop to keep the spirit alive. USPS Ground Advantage, the affordable and reliable shipping solution for the holidays. Visit USPS.com/advantage.
It's Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Stack up the savings with deals all month. Get up to 50% off select major appliances, plus take an additional 10% off when you buy select major appliances. And don't wait to save on string lights, starting at just $2.98 for 100 count. Shop these deals in-store or online now, because Lowe's knows deals. Appliances valid 11/6 to 12/4. Cannot be combined with additional discounts. See Lowe's.com for details and qualifying items. String lights valid 11/21 to 12/4 while supplies last.
13:58 go in the third period, 2-1. It's the Capitals in front of the Panthers. Panther Plus season pass available now. Stream all locally produced Panthers games on the go all season. $69.99 a season, less than $1 a game. Don't miss any of the action. Catch cast by going to PanthersPlus.tv today. FloridaPanthers.com/how to watch is where to go. Wondering how to listen? Lots of different ways. The Panthers app simplifies it. Hit that radio button top right corner. You'll get us every single game. Here's a shot from the far point. And that one deflects away, came in from Chychrun and bounced away. It looks like Spencer Carberry really giving some big minutes to Chychrun if he wasn't already as this game goes along. And he's been really noticeable, and he's earned the extra minutes. Carlson, long shot, and that's off the end boards wide. Tkachuk over on the far side, wrapped up by Protas. Bennett will charge ahead as he grabs control of the puck in over the Washington line to Verhaeghe on the far shot. Down behind the net, a rolling puck caught up to by Strome. Washington gets numbers to the puck. They just come after you as
they play a man
on the near side. Drive from Carlson, absorbed by Knight. He'll hold it. 13-19 left in the third, 2-1 Washington.
The biggest thing that came on Spencer Carberry in their own end is they've gone to a man-on-man defense, and you wouldn't really expect that from a Capitals team, but you realize that they're quick and fast, and you got to have the personnel, and you got to be on the same page. It takes a lot of work and practice to play that man-on-man style, that swarming defense, because if you're beat off, you're going to get beat. That's why some teams, they recognize they don't have the personnel and go back into a zone and try and keep everything to the outside. But it's all pressure-orientated from Spencer Carberry. And that goes back to your point. When you see them back in the defensive end, just kind of swarming and picking the puck off your stick and not giving you much time.
Here's Van Riemsdyk, fires it over the Panthers net. Reinhart far side, up the boards. Evan Rodriguez takes over. Rink wide feed, Gus Forsling. He'll slam it down to our left. Rings around the end board, slowed by the goaltender Thompson, but the Panthers grab control. Reinhart out to the near point, Forsling. Down to the corner, lively bounce. Sandin, Rodriguez, they battle, and Sandin taps it off to the far side. McMichael fanned on a clearing attempt. Second try was able to nudge it along, and that will clear for Washington. Gus Forsling backed up. He'll send it down to our left, and after it is Sandin. No icing here. Sandin around Van Riemsdyk near side. He'll escape some pressure before he flutters it out to the neutral zone, and Uvis Balinskis sends it up the far boards back into Washington territory. Sandin there. 12:29 left in the third period. 2-1 Capitals. Takeaway at center. Balinskis to Lundell. A shot. Thompson can't find it. He looks down, and he's got it after a pad save. He will cover up. 12:22 left in the third. 2-1 to score. Washington in front. Spencer Carberry, second year coaching the Capitals, and that's one thing that they've learned over these last couple of years is they found themselves a coach. I remember when I was calling games as a student at Lake Forest College on the campus station, the main rival was St. Norbert College. 05-06, they had a forward named Spencer Carberry.
He's had a long road. East Coast Hockey League, American Hockey League, the journey, always been successful along the way. Finally got a chance with this Capitals team, and he's putting a stamp on it.
And still a young head coach with a long future ahead of him. As Matt Roy will hand it along. Out to center ice, it's brought in by Dowd. Dumped down to the far corner. Dowd, a hard hit on Samoskevich, and Mackey is shaken up. And so is Dowd, who ate a lot of glass after delivering that hit. And now down to our left, it's Ivan Morosnichenko to bring it along. And on to Matt Roy, it goes at center. Then Greer takes a run and dumps over Matt Roy at center ice. And now Faravari and Nosek, a little scrum. And Greer, he wants it Dowd.
Greer might be getting the only penalty out of this. I'm not sure what happened, but he just blew up Matt Roy when he didn't have the puck in the middle of the ice. So, and then he went after Dowd after that. Well, being as my Greer, who has not played much in this game, leads this team in hits. And that was probably a response to that hit down deep on Samoskevich.
Came right after that. Mackey went right to the bench.
So after that hit on Samoskevich, Dowd stayed on the ice. It looked like Dowd was shaken up for a second, and then Greer was going to attack anyone in sight. Went after Roy, and after he went after Roy, went looking for Dowd to try and draw him into a fight. Ends up being an interference call against A.J. Greer.
And Washington back to the power play where they just cashed in a little bit ago to get the 2-1 lead.
Saw that hit by Dowd against Staniskevich on our replay, and there was a little bit of head contact, but just a hard two players going hard into the boards. Not a good time to let your discipline get away from you.
Face off to the right of Spencer Knight, down to our right. And off the draw, the Panthers have it. Well, for the Panthers in this one, it's Forsling sends it all the way down, and Logan Thompson, what an adventure that was. That's how the Capitals bring it along. Mishandled by the goaltender. It went through his legs, but fortunately for him, just missed the goalpost by a couple of inches. In go the Panthers, a shot from Barkov, and that's wide. Forsling, a shot from the near point, deflecting off to the far corner. Panthers, moments before, as I said, almost tied this game in the most unconventional of ways.
That was just a butterfly shot. He just had all kinds of trouble handling. Actually went between his legs eventually.
It went wide.
Lucky the net wasn't behind him. It did go wide.
Here's Chikrin. Brings it along left to right across your radio. Dropped off then. Radish will dump it in. Around on a carom. Far side Mangiapane taken down by Kulikov. Now the Panthers come out with controls. Mikkola nudged it on for Anton Lundell. He'll send it across for Luostarina near circle. A shot. A glove save made by the goaltender Thompson, who looked much more sure-handed that time. And he keeps his team up 1. The Panthers with more to show for this last minute, 7 seconds of the A.J. Greer penalty than Washington has.
Panthers looking to go take off shorthanded both times that they've gotten the puck. They have not looked to ice it. They have activated the defenseman, jumped up into play, trying to create scoring chances. Panthers 5 shorthanded goals on the year to lead the NHL. Looking for more. Forsling had that shot that ricocheted around. That might have been the closest one to going in. The last one by Lundell down the wing.
Now off the face-off inside the Capitals zone. 47 seconds on their power play. It's Pierre-Luc Dubois out towards center ice. He'll dump it down along the near boards. Down behind the net, Kulikov, Mangiapane, they battle. Kulikov got clipped with a stick up high. Is this going to be a penalty against Washington?
Yep, it's going to be a holding call. It is going to go, I believe, against Washington. So we're going to get 4-on-4 hockey for 37 seconds.
10:25 left in the third. 2-1 Capitals.
Mangiapane's going to go to the box.
And just based on observation, Billy, I would imagine one thing that may come up the next time the Capitals do a video session. They've talked to these officials quite a bit. And Pierre-Luc Dubois talked himself into a penalty tonight. And Mangiapane just was having a very long conversation.
Go to the box. And the officials are great, especially when you got Gord Dwyer and you got Wes McCauley, the veteran referees on the ice. They'll take it. You can give it to them for a while. They understand. They'll give it right back to you. But if you cross that line, they're going to tee you up.
Face off far circle down to our left. And off the draw. Played around by Van Riemsdyk here on the near side. Protas. And he'll tap this one on for Dubois up the left side. He goes to the circle. Plays it out front on the back check. Carter Verhaeghe able to intercept that. And he'll turn it up the ice. Near side, Rodriguez as we're 4-on-4 for another 18 seconds. Rodriguez to the corner. He took a hard check on the corner from Van Riemsdyk. Puck played around for Matt Roy. Roy off to the far side of the ice, and he will send one on for Dubois. Then Roy again, left side, over the Panthers line. Zips a pass across. It's out of the reach of Protas, but it rolls behind the net for Dubois. He spots an open man. Carlson a shot, and that one was well wide. Over on the far boards, Rodriguez. Lost it. Protas takes it down behind the net. He's got a man in front. Carlson rang it off the goalpost. A one-timer that had some heat on it. And the Panthers out of their own end quickly. 1:08 on the power play now. The Panthers charge in. Here's Barkov. Left side down to the corner, then down behind the net. Around to the far boards, a race for this one. It's picked up and cleared by the Capitals, and it was Duhaime sending it down. Panthers power plays presented by Seminole Casino Coconut Creek. 50 seconds left in this man advantage as Mangiapane's in the box. Barkov for Bennett left side. Bennett deep in the offensive end. Behind the net, Barkov. Far corner intercepted by McMichael, and he will punch it out of the zone and all the way down.
What do we got here?
Played with a high stick.
Played with a high stick. Just at the start of that power play, Panthers lose the puck behind the net. Carlson coming down, bottom of that right faceoff circle, and he vaporized one. That hurt the goalpost or crossbar. It got it clean. Yeah, Spencer Knight beat. What a career for John Carlson.
Oh. And he's still got some runway to go. And he's accomplished a ton, and he's going to be in some Hall of Fame conversations when that time comes around.
16th year, only 34 years old.
Puck dumped down to our left, and now the Panthers grab control of the offensive end. Kachuk out to Ekblad at the line. Looks off to the near side. Bennett. Ekblad holds, takes a look around the offensive end, and a pass got away from him. He's able to recover. Plays it down low. Kachuk out to the near point. Bennett, top of the circle. He hands it down for Reinhardt. Across, a shot. Barkov, and this one is up and out of play. 8:21 to go in the third. Back to 5-on-5 as Mangiapane's out of the box. And a 2-1 Washington lead remains on the board. We'll bring it back for more third period action here in just a moment on the Florida Panthers Radio Network, presented by Baptist Health.
Kids, take the next step in becoming the ultimate Florida Panthers fan by joining the Panthers Kids Club. Members of the Kids Clubs can join for free and receive exclusive benefits, including free entries into monthly raffles, special offers, and customized content to stay informed on all things Panthers. Upgraded memberships, which include a Panthers merchandise pack and other additional benefits, can also be purchased. Visit floridapanthers.com/Kids Club for more information on all things Kids Club and to sign up.
Just like being on the ice, parenthood is full of thrills, spills, and even chills. But whether it's illness or injury, our pediatric experts at Broward Health are ready to assist with a broad range of specialty care for your child. As the official pediatric hospital of the Florida Panthers, we know keeping kids healthy and happy is a team effort, and we're always on your team. Broward Health, well into your future.
Hey Panthers fans, get ready to score big with Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of your Florida Panthers. Just like our team on the ice, we're faster than ever. Skate by for an oil change or any other vehicle maintenance service you may need. You never need an appointment. Keep your ride as strong as our Panthers. We're here to keep you moving. For coupons and locations, go to JiffyLubeSpecials.com. Jiffy Lube, the official oil change of the Florida Panthers.
Back here at Amerant Bank Arena in Sunrise, where the Panthers trail the Capitals by a 2-1 score late. 8:21 to go in the third period. Panthers fans join the 93 Society email club. Stay up to date on all things Panthers. Be the first to know about special ticket offers, exclusive events, and more. Sign up now at FloridaPanthers.com. Doug Plagans, Billy Lindsay, Kevin Rogers with you. Manny Chang is our on-site engineer. Danny Garcia back in studio control. Face off far circle and off the draw. Sandin with it for Washington under some pressure. Backhand near side. Strome out to center ice. Chychrun hops in the play. Makes one man miss, but he lost the puck as well. Kulikov went for the big hit. The puck rolled away, and now the Panthers regather. Kachuk out through the neutral zone on a bounce. Bennett will bring it in. Off to the right side, Verhaeghe to the circle. Banks it off the far boards out to Mikla. Shot, and that one wide. Rims around, near boards. Wilson and Kulikov collide, going for the puck along the near wall. And now Verhaeghe digging for it. It's punched down behind the net. A race for it then. Chychrun, Verhaeghe after it. Neither one came up with it. And then a battle for it continues over along the far boards. The Washington Capitals will clear as Tom Wilson skates it out to center and dumps it down to our right.
Capitals will run a lot of those 50-50 board battles to eliminate that forecheck and get out. There was another one down deep in the corner, and the wingers are doing a fabulous job Because you have one job as a winger there when the D pinch down is either get it out or make a pass, and there's another example.
It was kicked along by McMichael. Now in come the Capitals, out in front of Radish for Dubois, and that one rolled away on him. Now a 3-on-2 the other way for the Panthers. Forsling, right side Rodriguez, looks for the trailer, broken up by McMichael, who failed to clear. Right circle Ekblad in front of shot. Reinhardt fought off by Thompson, got him in the chest protector, and over on the far boards, it's picked up, rolled out to the line by Dubois, sent on by Faravari, and now a chance for McMichael in the shot. He missed wide, trying to go high short side, and it rims around the end boards. Barkov to center, and he will drive it in down to our left. The Wolsterinen far corner, held up by Sandin. Rolling puck to the near side of the ice. Lars Eller dropped it for John Carlson. And Carlson tied up. Lars Eller is into a tussle with Anton Lundell down here in the near corner as the puck's caught up along the boards. Trying to pull it free. Lundell has it. Lundell along the near side. Pocket picked in by Mangiapane. Rolled it up the near boards. A foot race. Lundell wins the race getting back. And then he'll play it for Uvis Polinskas deep in the Panthers' end. Shuffled up the near side. Held in by John Carlson. He zips a pass across. Sandin back to Carlson. Put to the net. Off Nate Schmidt out front. Takes a high hop. And Eller held it in for a moment. Lundell rolled it to the neutral zone of the Capitals. Reloaded center. It's dumped in by John Carlson. Down to our right. Eller first one in for Washington. Around near side, Mangiapane out to the right point. Carlson across Chychrun, angles it down to the far corner. Bennett cuts it off, and Sam Bennett had his pocket pick trying to leave the zone. Mangiapane then, he'll roll a backhand from his knees along the near side. Carlson, front of the net, it's rolled up from LaPierre, a shot, and that stayed out of the net somehow, some way. Chychrun was looking for another one, and the Panthers stay within one.
Hit the goalpost, I believe.
Didn't look like Knight got a piece of it, but again, the puck stayed out of the net.
That was off that turnover, just hounding Bennett from behind.
Now along the end boards, down to our left in the Washington zone. Chychrun is there, backhanded near side, and it's rolled down by Miroshnichenko. Left side down, power move to the net, backhand in front, shot save made by Knight on Duhaime. And he will cover up. 5:05 to play in the third. 2-1 Washington. Action at both ends. Shaping up for a photo finish here. Panthers looking for one. They need one to tie when we come back on the other side. This is the Florida Panthers Radio Network presented by Baptist Health.
We often welcome people as a standard greeting. It's become as common as greeting another with a hello. At Baptist Health, being welcome has far deeper meaning. So welcome to the warmer side of care, where we advance innovation and treatments through research while educating the next generation of experts all close to home. Here, the sun shines through each one of us as we stand by each one of you. Welcome to the warmer side of care. Welcome to Baptist Health.
Panthers fans, score big on game day at Stoner's Pizza. Every game day, buy a large cheese or pepperoni pizza and get one of the same variety free. With fresh ingredients and daily handmade dough, Stoner's Pizza is the perfect pairing for puck drop. Order in-store or online at stonerspizzajoint.com and use code GOCATS. Stoner's Pizza, the official pizza of the Florida Panthers. Price and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Catch your Florida Panthers and Amarant Bank Arena world-class shows and events in the most premium setting in South Florida. Our private and exclusive suites, as well as our all-inclusive clubs including Amarant Vault and Corona Beach House, offering multiple ways to forge unforgettable connections with friends, family, employees, and top clients. You'll never want to experience a game or concert any other way. For more information, visit FloridaPanthers.com or call 954-835-PUCK today.
Washington in front of the Panthers. Before we get back to the action, Bill, you mentioned conversations with the referees. Do you remember any that you particularly like to interact with during your playing days?
Paul Stewart?
Yeah,
he would give it right back to you. This is hard. It was the best. If there was chirping, you chirped at him, he would fire it right back. And then if he had enough, he'd just send you to the box.
One of the all-time greats.
Yes. And before we went to break, I thought that Chychrun shot might have hit the post. There was a diabolical save by Spencer Knight. He got a piece of it with the blocker.
So it turns out he got a piece of it. Now down behind the net to our right. It's played off to the far boards. Protas gave it away. Out come the Panthers then at center. Van Riemsdyk to take away, and the Capitals try to charge back in. Play disrupted by Ekblad. Here on the near side for Hagee. Across to Reinhart. Up to the offensive zone. Had it nudged away, and then Tom Wilson will punch it up the far side into the Washington bench on a bounce. So 4:41 left in the third. 2-1. It's Washington in front.
Exhilarating goaltending goal.
It is.
Between Spencer Knight and Logan Thompson down at both ends. Logan Thompson's best save in the third period came on Reinhart in the slot there.
.441 left in the third.
But you can look back at this game and there's 4 or 5 highlight reel saves for both goaltenders.
Well, both goaltenders have kept this thing close and kept their teams in. Far circle down to our left. Rodriguez on for the offensive end, draw against Dubois, who pulled it back. Clearing attempt far side. Ekblad had it, lost it, and the Capitals charge out quickly. Left side, Eller floats it out in front. McMichael poked at it. Knight the save, and it's still loose in the blue paint. And the whistle blows, and the Panthers, Billy, may have benefited from a premature whistle right there.
It was under Knight. It was still alive, but Knight makes that save. And again, the speed of the Capitals coming out of their own end, and I can see why they had 21 rush goals coming into this game to be second best in the NHL. They break up and play at the offensive blue line, and McMichael just chips it forward, and he gets it right back in front of the net, in tight against Spencer Knight. Tried to pitchfork it with one hand on his stick, and puck was never fully covered by Knight. Capitals were arguing, but ref linesman lost sight. Refs lost sight of the puck. The whistle was blown.
That's the rule. Face off to the right of Spencer Knight down to our right. Off the draw, Mackie Samoskevich charges along for the Panthers up the far side. Looks to work around Chychrun. Couldn't do it as they tie up. And then over along the boards, Anton Lundell races in to keep things going for the Panthers. Backhand around the end boards, near side, Nico Mikkola, who has the Panthers goal in this one. He'll hold it down low before Chychrun takes it away. Rims it around far corner, John Carlson. Met down low by Eetu Luostarinen, able to push it back for Chychrun near side. Wrap back around for Carlson. Then up the far boards, Eller into a tie-up. It bounces to Dubois, and he'll send down through the neutral zone. Mikkola backed up to his own line. He heads across center, dumps it in for the Panthers. Around the end wall it goes. Sandin, backhand near side, wrapped up the near boards and cleared by Roy. Down to our right, Schmidt. On it for the Panthers. Near side, Balinskis. And he'll angle this one along down to our left. Jesper Boquist had it poked away. Over on the far boards, the Panthers fight to keep control. Out to Schmidt at the line. Pushed it to the net, but it was off a body, didn't get through, and Matt Roy will outlet here on the near side. Didn't find Radish with the feed, and now it's dumped back in by Balinskis.
Panthers just can't get that forecheck set up. They're trying. It's quick puck movement and just get the puck out at all costs from the Capitals.
Now here on the near side, it's Brodus on for Strome and rolled down behind the Panthers net where Tom Wilson's there. He gave it away to Reinhart. Over on the far boards, Sam Bennett then attempted to clear, didn't get it out. Around the end boards it goes. Here in the near corner, 2-on-2 scrum, near corner boards down to our right. Trying to pry the puck free is Carter Verhaeghe. And he's trying to jam it free. It's held up on the boards by the big forward Alexi Protas here on the near side before ultimately the whistle blows with 2:39 to play in period number 3, and the Panthers needing 1 to tie.
Protas, 6'6", 225 pounds, and eventually held it along the boards long enough to get the whistle in the offensive end.
Washington's had some young guys take a next step this year, Protas being one of those guys, McMichael being one of those guys, but they were busy in the offseason, added some veteran guys. They've retooled this lineup.
Well, they added the 7 players and talked about it before, all under the age of 30. Veteran young players with experience has helped a ton.
And for a while, that was something they were looking to do, was get a little bit younger. Now over on that far side of the ice, it's Reinhart across. Verhaeghe dumps it in down to our left. Knight, is he going to the bench? Yes, he is. The extra attacker coming on with 2:24 to go in the third. Panthers needing 1 to tie. The extra attacker, Matthew Tkachuk, onto the ice. Over on the far side, it's Verhaeghe. Tkachuk straight on. Wrist shot off a body, didn't get through. 2:14 on the clock. 2-1 Washington. Down behind the net, Van Riemsdyk. Near side, Mangiapane. Backhands out to the neutral zone. And the Panthers will regroup things there. Kachuk to Bennett. Dump down to our left, and around the end wall it goes. Here on the near side, Mangiapane, a poke at it, didn't clear. Kachuk out of the corner, try to pass. It's knocked away by Faravari. And then Mangiapane will backhand it out of the zone. Down to our right, and not far enough for an icing. Washington gets fresh legs on the ice with 1:44 to play here in period number 3. 2-1 Capitals. The Panthers' net is empty down to our right. Dumped in by Reinhart. Skips around the end wall. Carlson fumbles away. Loose out in front to the circle. And the Capitals able to grab control. Charging out of the zone is Eller. Eller up the near side. And Eller will roll it into the empty net. He scores, and it's 3-1 Washington.
They're battle level in their own end. Panthers have had scoring chances, and they've worked hard. But they've had to work. If you wanted to show a clinic on wingers winning board battles on the side and the defenseman down deep in the corner and just getting the puck out, this was it, and this is just another example of it. And Lars Eller there, and their speed is noticeable. This is not a fluke by the Washington Capitals, what they put together. Even without Alexander Ovechkin in the lineup, they're going to be able to hold some water.
Face off on the way from center. 1:28 go in the third. 3-1 Washington. We'll see if the Panthers pull night again. Down 2. Crazier things have happened. Still a minute 20 to go. Dump down to our right, and it's Knight to handle it. Up the near side. Forsling a jab at it. And he'll rip it cross ice. Got it out, and Chychrun slams it right back in. Onto the end boards. Knight slows it for Forsling, who's back to pick it up. Forsling, near side, Anton Lundell. Through the neutral zone into the offensive end. A shot gloved by Thompson, and he'll hold it. 56 seconds to go in the third. Some shoving out in front. Looks like everything's settled for now. And Billy, you mentioned this Washington team, and I think a sign of a team turning the corner, and Knight is going to go to the bench, but a sign of a team turning the corner is when they have that ability to lock a game down late. Yeah. Because teams that are in the rebuild phase, teams in the transition phase, sometimes youth, they have a hard time locking games down late.
Well, Paul Maurice talked about it in our pregame show that we're going to see a team that kind of mirrors the Panthers. And he was exactly spot on with that. And they come in as the top scoring team in the NHL, but a lot of it starts with their defensive acumen.
Off a draw, Reinhart a shot, and it's blocked by Tom Wilson. Barkov out front, couldn't connect on a feed. The Panthers' net is empty once again. Over on that far side of the ice, Tom Wilson out of the zone. Miroshnichenko out towards center. He was tied up, couldn't get anything on that one as he was in the neutral zone, and Reinhart will play it right back in. And to our left it goes around the end wall. Verhaeghe, he had it stripped away, now to the near corner. It's picked up and sent out along the near side by Wilson. Didn't get it out, but Roy does. A long shot down to our right, miss wide. Miroshnichenko in there, won a race to it, and he scores. On the empty net, Ivan Miroshnichenko makes it 4-1 Washington. An empty net goal for Miroshnichenko.
Let's put it on replay. Wilson wins the battle down deep in the corner off the walls. Miroshnichenko, speed. Looked like it was going to be an icing. He won the foot race against Barkov down deep in the other end to prevent the icing, and came off the end boards right on the stick of Miroshnichenko. 4-1. First goal for Miroshnichenko in his second game with the Capitals this year. 20th overall pick back in 2022 out of the KHL.
They've developed some guys. First-round picks in the lineup. LaPierre, Miroshnichenko, McMichael, of course, going back a few years. And McMichael, one of those guys, feels like he's been around for a long time, still just 23 years old and having kind of a breakout for Washington. Final seconds tick away here at Amerant Bank Arena. Washington Capitals shaken up, may have gotten clipped with a stick down there in the far corner down to our left. That was LaPierre, who's slow to get up. 4-1 the final here tonight. The Capitals take it this evening over the Panthers at Amerant Bank Arena. So it was a close one for a long time. Washington was able to tack on a couple of empty netters, and Logan Thompson turned away 21 Panthers shots. The Panthers tripped up tonight, 4-1 the final, as the Capitals take the 2 points this evening.
Give the Capitals credit to the system's dialed in. The Panthers had the 3 straight power plays that went their way to start the game. Didn't get much to show for it. Last one was a little bit better. The Panthers opened up the scoring, and then 4 unanswered goals by the Washington Capitals. And you can see the success of this team, much like the Panthers. It can kind of come from anywhere. Lars Eller with a couple goals tonight. The defenseman Jacob Chikrin getting involved.